as you can see, Jerry took a break. My lovely co-host this game will be Mr. Brian Mishke. How you doing, Brian?
I'm doing fantastic.
Fantastic.
I'm getting some drinks after losing, and we'll see how the day goes.
Consolation keg.
Yeah, exactly.
And so here's what we got for you. Let me change. Oh, geez, I don't know how to change the little
Hey
text
there.
on there. It is not Brian Fred versus Bill Kafer anymore. Uh, Gee, where do I edit that? I don't know where to edit that. Maybe we'll fix that later. Here's what we got going on for you. Right now, at the bottom of your screen, the dark side player is Brian Fred. He is playing Agents of the Black Sun. We just saw him on stream playing this deck against Taco last game. And then on the top of your screen, we have Eric Hunter playing No Idea as a light side player. We'll get into that matchup in a minute. We chose this as our match because the other match going on right now, Connor Britton's Hunt Down versus Hayes No Idea, that should be a runaway for No Idea. Generally, they just go wide to all
Yes.
the executor sites to Mustafa. Like it's pretty rough. For Hunt Down, they a spy cancels Visage, and Hunt Down's not doing a ton of damage, and no idea just rolls over them. And then the other side of that match, Hayes's map versus Connor's No Idea.
Yeah.
Uh, can go either way, but Hayes does have some different No Idea hate in there, and we think it's unlikely. We think that match is less uncertain than this one. Anything can happen, obviously, and but we think this one will be a little bit more interactive. So specifically, this first game, Black Sun No
Yeah.
Idea, is a very interactive game where they're fighting each other. And then the next game is Rops versus Diplo, which is another interactive game. I know a lot of people we've had that on stream or on Jemp a number of times, and it's a very interactive where Diplo flips and Rops flips, and they both go really wide, and they're
Yeah.
both adding like 4 to 5 to their battle destinies, and there's a lot of Diplo battles to retrieve one when they win the battle. Rops does its domination stuff, so
Yeah. Usually Diplo's pretty favored in that matchup.
it
He
is.
wins by like
So
13 on
No Idea, and I
average.
think No Idea is a little bit favored
I,
in
I
this
agree.
matchup
Yeah, this is not a good matchup for agents
for
in my
Black Sun.
opinion. Yeah.
So I think if we're making predictions, No Idea will win this by 8 to 12, and
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and Diplo will win the other one by 10 to 15. So it's gonna
Yeah.
be. I think it'll be a close matchup.
Yeah, I agree. And going back to the other matchup
Oh,
between
let's talk about his hand here. We got Cold Feet, Guri, Imbalanced Combo, Sense, Never Yarnal. Never
Oh
Yarnal's
yeah,
gonna be big
yeah,
against the spies
he
there.
does play Never Yonel, yeah. We have keeping quite a
Quite a
mercenary.
Docking Bay, relatively.
Another
Two,
keeping.
keep your eyes open.
It's actually kind
A
of bad
Luke
hand.
and a Rogue one.
I think
Yeah,
the
that
one
is an
character,
awful hand
one
for Eric.
character, 0 spies.
No spies, one character, a ship you can pull, a
Yep.
couple interrupts that don't do much. Like that is an awful hand for
It's
Eric.
very bad. So I mean, things might change here. I do think agents can win this matchup if they can win this matchup, but it doesn't usually. So
One good out for agents is IG with gun capturing the person with plans, especially if before they're flipped so they can't cancel that destiny.
Yes.
And just sitting IG alone so the plans isn't doing anything.
yes, that is very
Um,
good. Yeah.
Bfred does. Hey, how do I change this text? Bfred does start decree, so that will
Yeah.
limit the Stardust damage to 1.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay. What? How do I? Where's the edit on this?
Right here.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
It's still Brian Fred.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, so we got
Perfect.
our little text updated for you. All right, here, let's jump into this game. Brian Fred does his standard, gets out the Vigo. Vigo gets a sight. Sight's going to get another sight.
The one thing I hate about starting Imperial Decree with agents is that you kind of just pray that you hit your Vigo, hit your you either have to pay 2 for
The Twix.
the Twix, or you pay for the Vigo and hope you hit it. It's
Yeah.
pretty terrible.
Last game against Kafer, he had a cording, and Kafer was playing Throne Room, so he could search for a Force Lightning
Yes,
to make sure.
yeah,
But against anything else, you're just
exactly.
if you
It's
activated your Vigo and then you have to pull a non-V Vigo, and then you just draw. I mean,
yeah,
that's pretty much your game
yeah,
plan. But
exactly.
the yeah, so
It's pretty terrible if you miss, but
yeah, Crush giving you the Evader
yeah,
box
I
searches.
like
That's
Crush. That's what I played Abs yesterday, and that's what I went with.
so let's talk about your deck choices today. Profit
Yes,
and entanglements.
yes. I don't mind Prophet. I think Prophet's a great deck. It's really fun to play.
There was a fair amount of profit yesterday. I think
Yeah,
5 players.
yes, it was. It's really fun to play. I enjoyed it, and it did really well actually. I would have won the game, but I couldn't have got to 13. But
Visage was just
yeah,
eating you all game.
Visage was a little too much, and also he was able to had a second sniper for an undercover spy, which made me have to go much more aggressive than I wanted to. So that I wouldn't have won that game, or I would have won that game, but not by enough. But the problem was with my dark side. Terrible decision. I should have just played Court, and I would have been fine because I think Court has a great matchup against
Against
No Idea, and I'm surprised no one's playing Court today. Because
I think everyone was worried about Throne Room.
but I didn't. I knew for a fact no one was going to play Throne Room.
Taco Bell did.
Well, the only person. No one I had to worry about
I
was
don't know.
going to play Throne Room.
Hayes and Eric both played. Oh no, Eric played EBO yesterday.
Yeah,
Hayes played Throne
yeah,
Room
yeah. He
yesterday.
did play Throne Room, but I think the variance of Throne Room is very high, and if you miss,
Maybe.
you do not want to.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
All right. So going back to this game, and I think in this game, since we did just see Black Sun on that very last game, we're not going to go into all the little intricacies of explaining all the shadows, that sort of stuff. We'll mention it when it happens, but that's why I'm
Yeah.
kind of trying to talk about some of the other stuff going on in the meta right now. We've got Mishki here to discuss,
Yeah.
and but it looks like a Dark activated with Wipe on Light's turn, and Light just activated a bunch, and they're gonna do they'll pull the beach, and but we saw that hand was pretty awful.
Yeah, it's
So
it's
Eric's
really bad.
probably going to be drawing some, but he has the advantage of there's no Evader Monarch pullable, so he doesn't have a hand cap
That is
size.
nice. That is very nice.
Um,
Yeah.
And the one character he did have, Luke, meaning he can flip Black Sun back.
Yep, that is
if
true.
He can, not this turn because he doesn't have stuff to protect
Exactly.
him, but if he has It's a Trap and stuff like that, if he can keep Luke on the ground and keep Black Sun flipped, that can be good.
So the interesting choice for me, I know Connor played EPP Luke. Why I know, and you talked to Eric. Why is he going with Retrieval Luke?
Um, Luke is just good in space, adds 3 to power, and just ping retrieve. No idea, just wants to spread wide, and so I think it's a little bit of a playstyle difference.
Yeah.
I also think Connor did EPP Han,
He did do it
and
again, yes.
and where's Han, and
Yep.
I think Connor goes maybe for a little bit more beatdown with those EPPs, and our philosophy with No Idea is your Destiny's pretty mediocre with
Yeah,
all
it's
those
not great.
spies.
It's
You
not
don't have a
great.
ton of high Destiny interrupts and stuff the way you do with like a Throne Room, and so rather than try and get a beatdown with EPP Luke, EPP Han, we've got Solo in there just because there's so many good interrupts to play from Lost Pile. It's a trap
There are,
barrier,
yes,
like
yeah.
all those evasion cards you love. Solo's really good.
I think it's
and then-
impossible not to play Solo.
and then-
Solo is the
yeah,
best
and
character.
so that's why
Yeah.
we don't do the
Yeah.
EPP Luke or EPP Han, and then EPP Luke it's just the same philosophy. We want to try and you can get beat down with a bunch of spies, but the EPP Luke, he's not going to hit high defense value guys a lot of times. He's having that one ping space retrieve. We valued a little higher when you're just
Yeah.
going super wide and out damaging. You want with our No Idea. Mostly, you want to turn it into a damage race where you're super wide, and in that case, a Space Luke helps in the damage race more than EPP does.
Yeah. I can see that.
But they're definitely two slightly different variants that, when the lists are posted, will be fun to compare and see how
Yeah.
different top players play them.
So I believe it's B. Fred's turn right now.
Yeah.
Eric just drew.
Drew and saved.
which is what we thought because he had nothing in his hand.
It
but-
looks like do it or not battle plan and grabber are out, so he's
Yep.
probably won't pay to drain, but he will ping with the objective.
Yep.
Right now, he's going to start by putting a card down to peek at his force, and he's
So
got
it looks like a ship's on top. I also don't know. He doesn't have an emperor. There's two emperors like 5 down, maybe three emperors
Yeah,
actually,
at the
and all
very bottom
stacked.
is a Forlom and a Crackfet.
Yep, yep.
There's
Force
a force
pushes in
pusher in
there.
there. Yeah. Um, so
Oh, see,
according to my
yeah,
design,
yeah, that's
was
what it was.
was
Yeah,
about 4 or 5 down. So
yeah,
Beef Red's kind of playing his turn, deciding, do I want to pay 3? Do I not care about these very top cards? Do I want to pay 3 to drain so I can get to some of those
yeah.
ones down in the middle or
Exactly.
bottom?
I think he
Or
wants to. He has three emperors, and I mean, emperor's what starts making this deck tick once you start getting shadows pings off and
right.
looking through all your
And a
stuff.
second agent's ping
Exactly.
if they
Yep.
don't have Luke out, or
Yep.
you can go kill Luke. So you definitely want to get Emperor online.
Yeah, and there's three stacked like 6 down. So I think that's what he's gonna. That's his plan. I would plan on just draining and drawing a few.
Or deploying a guy
Yeah,
and
or
drawing or
yeah,
something.
exactly.
But yeah, use a few force, draw some.
It's also pretty
Um,
risky if you have 12 or how much 8 force saved and come down with 20 next turn.
a
It's
bunch
pretty
of
risky.
spies.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's pretty risky
they're
for
cheap.
no idea to just.
So he top decks the other Lukes. That's got to make Beefred
Yeah,
happy.
that is really
He's
nice.
thinking that may be his only Luke, or maybe he has 2 at most. No idea. Is not playing 3, especially since it's Space Luke. They're
Yeah,
not playing 3
exactly. Yeah,
Space Lukes.
yeah,
So all right. So he does play Guri, um, which will help with a lot of power, cap to 1 Destiny in case there's like a Screaming Lando or a Hera with
hmm
2 rebels or whatever, and add a bunch of forfeit. He goes ahead and activates 1 with Dark Time. Um,
It's interesting. I wonder why he decided to do that.
and then he pays 2. He just wanted a blank
Uh,
card to.
I think he was trying to get Guri down, also be able to draw one of the emperors, which makes sense to
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
So yeah.
So now
Usually, I
he's
like I like keeping a dark time specifically in this matchup because of all the cancers that they have
yeah.
with
So
Cassie and
they
Wedge.
Wedge,
Yep,
Wedge Squad and Leader will cancel when
yep,
he's on Rogue One with someone or anywhere with Corrin,
yep.
um, and Cassian can also cancel. So
Exactly.
Dark Time definitely is good, but
But
if you
no,
wanted
but
that
yeah,
Emperor, it
exactly. Yeah,
makes
and you
sense.
want the emperor, so
Yep, yep. So Beefred's safe there. This turn, hopefully Eric drew into some, because if you just drew a bunch of not useful
if
cards,
he
it's
drew
going to
all
be a huge
blanks,
uphill.
yeah, it is terrible.
But no idea has so many
That's what
guys.
I'm
He
saying.
had to
Yeah.
have drawn
Well,
some. So
it has to be 25 plus in this
yeah,
deck.
maybe 28. Like
Yeah,
it.
it's ridiculous. Your half your deck's characters. When I played against Connor and he had 3 guys at 3 sites on Tatooine and 3 guys in space and 3 guys at
The beach
Scarif, and
and
it's
yeah,
ridiculous.
yeah,
There are characters everywhere.
yeah. So interestingly, light side scrub decks are quite good because our top 4 now is 3 no ideas and a Diplo.
Yeah, they're very strong.
Light scrubs are quite powerful right now. And then so 3 no ideas and a Diplo for light, and then for dark side in our top 4 we have a Hunt Down, a Black Sun, a Map, and a Rops. We have 4
Yeah,
different decks, and
yeah,
I think that's because of what we were talking about earlier. That skew yesterday, Dark won almost 60% of games.
yeah.
It was
There,
58 to
no,
42.
light side. Light side is
No, Dark. Yeah,
yeah,
Light. Sorry, sorry, sorry.
yeah,
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 I said that backwards. Thank
yeah,
you. Yeah, Light won so much that Dark has to kind of scramble to be like, what could win? So we see like a Rops, a Hunt Down, a Black
yeah.
Sun, a Map. Everyone's like
It's
scrambling with
it's
Dark,
really
and
tough with dark because light side characters are so much better. They
they
just
are
have
and,
much better
and
efficiency.
there's some very polar opposites between dealing with the scrub decks like this
Yeah,
and
exactly.
dealing with something like Throne Room
Yeah,
Hitco.
if you run into throne room with court, you basically scoop, and but if you run into no idea with court, it's a great matchup. And the same as if you're playing mains, you have a pretty good matchup against
Right.
throne room, but you don't have a good matchup against any of the scrub decks. So it's really tough for dark side, unlike light side, who has good matchups across the board, 50-50 with most things.
So Eric plays Corrin to the vault
Yep.
and Chirrut to the beach,
Yep.
and which flips him. But I think he'll probably consolidate them and flip back, though he might play Rogue One and land it. We'll see. He plays
There's
Luke
Luke.
to
He's gonna
ground.
flip him. Yep.
That way he flips Black Sun back. And if he can stay flipped, he'll be able to protect Luke
Yeah.
with the cancel the destiny target him, not from something like hidden weapons, but from IG P59, that kind of stuff. All right,
Getting
so
getting corn down early is very good too because if you stack a site and it's a drain two, you're pinging two, pinging one with Imperial Decree, but U3PO is not going to do anything really. So,
yep,
and that's usually an answer that ABS has, just
U3PO
U3PO.
to the beach,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Though with Corn at the other site, U3PO could come down, and if Corn moves over, U3PO comes over, and he could still cover the vault.
Yeah, yeah, he could, but Lightside has the ability to um, move him in his control phase. So pop him over,
It
first
looks
action move
it
phase.
it looks like Eric. Oh, so he's deploying Saw from reserve with make 10
Hmm.
men feel like 100. It looks like Eric played Van and Willard to the Yavin
Yep,
4
he
War
did.
Room,
Yep.
and you obviously wouldn't do that from hand, so he must have pulled him with the Yavin 4 War Room text.
Yeah,
Um,
I always feel like this is a risky play.
Super risky against Black Sun
Very
because,
risky.
as we
Yeah.
saw in the last game, Black Sun goes wide with Afro Probot, like they can attack into that.
Yeah,
So
they have a bunch of spies, and I do not really like seeing. If I'm playing abs, I like seeing
if
that they
if
go.
if I am playing against Hunt Down, I probably do that play because Isard is probably their only spy
Yep,
if they have
yep,
one, and I'm probably willing to risk that. But against Black Sun, you know they're playing more spies.
exactly. And you
It's
know one of their plans is to go to your non-battlegrounds, drain
right,
you.
right. They want to go there
Yeah,
anyway,
exactly,
so you
exactly.
giving them a beat down along the way.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm. But Eric might have also been in a bad spot with the junky hand and been like, I just need to pull this guy. I do have Hujix and it's a trap and stuff like that, so I'm gonna
yeah,
go ahead and pull him and start cycling some of this stuff
yeah.
for better stuff.
It's still crazy. Even after his first hand, or even with his hand of only Luke, he has
Three
five
dudes
guys on
out.
table. Yeah,
Well, Van and Willard came from
yeah,
reserve.
yeah. But I'm still saying like
Saw came from
exactly.
reserve,
Yeah,
and then he
yeah.
and he had
Yeah,
Horn. Like, yeah, it's
the ability you pulled five people. You had one card in hand or one character in hand, and
being
now
able
you
to
have
pull dudes,
yeah
dudes
five
who
on table.
cycle,
It's
draw,
pretty
have
crazy.
yeah, yeah. All right, so he did flip back. He consolidated the guys. So now Eric is poised to drain two and ping one because decree's
Yep.
out, and if he pays.
And Beefred
Beefred's
is
not doing any
yeah
damage because
doing
he'd
zero
have to pay
damage
3 to
exactly.
drain 1. So Beefred's going to want to get to a system right away,
Exactly. Yep.
um,
Exactly.
and then get to a third battleground site, get Emperor out, start Shadows pinging, um, and doing damage, and maybe attacking into the
Do you want to
beach
go to
if he can get.
Scarif? Do you think as Abs?
So that's an interesting question, because you know they can pull Tantive from reserve to your
Exactly.
Coruscant. I think you
Exactly.
just take Coruscant and
Give up the drain of one
give up
basically.
the drain of 1,
Yeah.
because if you give them Coruscant, they're draining 2.
Yep.
And Scarif, you're only going to drain 1 anyway because you
Yep.
don't have a Star Destroyer or Imperial.
Exactly.
And it helps them not flip. Uh,
Yeah, you could use Ellison
yeah,
Hinthra.
good
That is
point,
true.
Dennis.
Yep.
Ellison Hinthra would, if that was the ship he had, would let him drain 2 there.
Which wouldn't be bad.
But
Yeah.
if you get Zuckuss or Fist or Space Cruiser or something, I think you take Coruscant.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Especially Fist.
Well, it's probably better because you're still not. Like, yeah, you can drain two there, but he's going to drain two.
Drain 2, yeah,
Yeah.
and he wants to go wide and drain. So I think you take Coruscant if you can with like Fist, and then if you can Zuckuss and Mist Hunter and Forlom the Scarif later or something. But they are very split apart, so Dark has to kind of decide where do I want to go. Um, and then No Idea is hoping later to go to the Imperial City, which is a drain 2, and to the Emperor site, which is a drain 3.
Yeah. Exactly.
And so
Which is really good.
if they can go really wide, they can start piling on the damage.
Yeah, another thing to think about here is the shields for Beefred. He already has Grabber, he has Fanfare, and then I can't tell what the other one is, but maybe Secret Plans.
Secret Plans, yep.
Yeah. So the thing is, I know they only play one shield puller. They play
Cold
Cold Feet, so you can become shield busted pretty easily against this deck when they're starting to
So
spread really wide.
yeah, because a lot of times you may want the Death Star Sentry for the reactor
Yep,
dudes.
firepower
you may
as well.
want firepower to retrieve or prevent them from like moving.
Yeah, exactly.
And you may want resistance
Exactly.
for the Emperor's site.
So the game really changes based on what shields he's gonna have.
Yeah.
Here comes Emperor.
Emperor's probably.
Zuckuss actually.
So he does
Okay,
decide
he goes
Zuckuss up to
Scarif.
Scarif, which could be interesting if then Tantive comes down to Coruscant and then Fist comes. He may just try and take out space. No Idea can't afford to just go wide and drain at all the sites. They have to survive in space.
Yeah, they really do. Yeah.
So he does go Zuckuss so he can start getting in free drains. And we know Beefred has multiple barriers, so
Yep.
if a ship comes down,
It's gonna be really hard, and No Idea doesn't play barrier cancelers, so You
And
really don't have to worry about it.
it doesn't have a lot of pilots
They
who have high
don't. Yeah.
ability. Two of them are Corn and Luke, and they're already on the ground.
Exactly. Yeah.
So
I
it's going
think
to be
he has
tough to get someone
Ray.
ability.
Wedge is
Solo,
solo.
Wedge.
Yeah, Wedge and solo ability 3. But there's really
But
no
to get
one.
up to 7, it's going to be tough. So
Exactly.
I
Yeah.
almost think now that Zuckuss forces Light to go down to Coruscant.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Light's okay with that because they can drain 2 of Coruscant, and without Ellison Hinthra, it's on scarce
Yeah.
only to drain
Exactly.
1.
Yeah. Yeah. Which you do not mind at all.
Yeah.
I think Beefred's probably gonna start spreading a bit. Go Emperor, move or
Yeah.
deploy one other guy and Shadows ping, then consolidate. That'd be my guess.
Yeah. So, and another interesting thing about this match is it very likely. Oh, so he played Emperor, paid 2, and he'll move him over. Another interesting thing about this match is it could be a damage race where they spread wide. No idea goes to the 2 Coruscant non-battlegrounds.
Yeah.
They're both staying alive in space, and Darks drain 1/1/1, Shadows ping, and Lights drain 2/1/1,
Yeah.
like, and Stardust ping and whatever. It could be like that, or it could turn into a beatdown where it's like a bunch of spies come down on a dude and overflow him and draw out a Gick, and like, or a bunch of Boba Fett bounty hunter and 2 other bounty hunters come down on a single spy
Yep.
and overflow him. So it has the potential for either train race
Yeah.
or beatdown battle stuff. It'll be interesting to see which way it goes.
Yeah, I think it's if I'm Fred, I'm pretty happy with how this game started. He has a really favorable, I think, a very favorable next matchup, and if he can get it within 5, 10,
yeah.
it's very good for him.
And if he wins,
And if he wins, it's fantastic.
I don't think he's going to lose Rob's versus Diplo.
Exactly. It's a really hard matchup for Robson. You could speak that playing against Bastion in the Outrider Cup.
Yeah.
You experienced it firsthand.
Well,
so.
and I was on the other side of it. I was the one playing Diplo at Continentals and beat Greg Shaw's Rops. I played Diplo at Worlds and beat
yeah.
Justin Desai's Rops and Bastion's Rops.
Yep.
So Diplo, yeah, if a scrub like me can beat Bastion and Desai, it's a good matchup for Diplo. And normally this would be good for No Idea. Eric got a real rough start, so we'll see if he can. We'll see how it turns.
Yeah, and the Hujix off the top for the Shadows ping is pretty big. Also, they usually play 2, but that opens the doors.
One out of the way
it opens the door for beatdowns later down the line. So, this is a great start for Fred. This is a great start.
He's at 3 battlegrounds. He's satisfying battle plan.
Yeah.
He's got Decree. Eric's.
I'm guessing he has a barrier in hand for anything that big coming down. So, he's looking good, and he has barrier. Azizu's bounty. He's in a pretty commanding spot, and Eric has to pay 3 to do 3 damage. He's gonna do 1 no matter what, but it's looking good for Fred.
Yeah, and attacking into Shizor is tough because Guri's high power, high forfeit.
It's very tough.
Attacking into Emperor is tough because he can force lightning.
And another thing. So he has.
So he pings with Stardust and a virtual Vigo dies.
Another tough thing going into that site is actually the ability text on Zizor, not being able to, and all these characters are low ability, so
you gotta get
you need like 4 characters usually to go in, get through Caesar's bounty, through barriers. It's very tough to
draw Destiny and Shizor.
Exactly.
So it's hard to attack him.
It's really tough, and you're
force lightning hurts you at the other site.
Exactly.
Unless you're flipped, I guess you can cancel that Destiny.
That is true. That's true. But he's not flipped right now, so and he's and I do know Fred does play force lightning. I didn't play it in mine, but I know he does.
Yeah, we've seen him pull it in the previous game.
So he's in a good spot.
Either Light needs to take over space, or it's going to be hard to get a beatdown right now. Yeah. So I think Eric's path would just be going wide if he can establish at Coruscant, and then go to some of the other sites with his own evasion and tricks, and then maybe counterbeat if.
Yeah, I don't know. Because I know if I was in Eric's position, getting that that poor start, I'd be, and also seeing him go, Fred go as wide as he's going right now, and just getting all this damage out, I'd be pretty threatened. So I wonder if he's just gonna force the Tanev down, and maybe Fred has an answer in his hand. So there's a lot of pressure on Eric right now. Yeah. Hujix off the top was from the Shadows ping. Oh, and he's going straight into it.
So he thinks he's going to get enough ability. So Tanev comes down, which is interesting. So Tanev eats a barrier.
Yep. which you have to imagine he knew it was going to happen.
Right.
But also, he's forcing the fight here, so you can't Zuckus can't run. Where can it go? It can't
It
go
can't
anywhere.
run.
Exactly.
The other thing is, I don't think I think that barrier was wasted because I don't think Tanev's going to battle. I think he's going to shuttle up Corrin,
Yeah, that is true.
so that he gets enough.
Yeah, he can land Zuckus, but landing Zuckus is a huge liability as well.
There's
Yeah,
the docking bay there.
yeah.
So he plays Bright Hope. So now he's got 5 ability, and I think he's going to shuttle up Corrin. Um, I mean, basically, what I'm thinking is you could always barrier something later, like
Oh, he's coming.
oh,
He
there's
has
gold
he
leader.
has all
So
space.
he's just gonna
Yeah,
he's gonna go. He may even battle and outpower. No, not with Tana buried.
so okay, so he's not
But
planning on
Zuckus
battling.
is stuck there, so Beefred's gonna have to back that up,
Yeah, he
or
has
or
to.
burn a
Yeah,
Gick.
exactly.
And that might be another thing is maybe Beefred just tosses out a Gick and drops a ship to Coruscant and goes, all right, you get
Exactly.
that train of 1.
Exactly. Uh, yeah, it's
Who was the character he put on there?
Torn
Oh,
Far.
Torn Far.
Yeah,
Interestingly,
he's not going that. So we
did he
know
put
he's
it on
not. I think he went put it on Tanev.
Tanev. That's what it looked
Yeah.
like. Which doesn't she work better on Bright Hope? She like adds +2 to attrition when she's on a.
I think they're both the
transport or
same, right?
something.
Aren't they both transports or is
No, it's like a curling Corvette, and the other one's like a medium
yeah, it's
transport.
then it's much better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that's kind of weird that he put her
I
on.
think she still adds one though, doesn't she?
She adds yeah she adds one, but
She adds
yeah,
one,
it's
two
just
if
better
on
on Bright
freighter
Hope. It's
or
definitely better on Bright Hope, which is interesting.
Okay, so Eric ends his turn. Right now, he's gonna eat, drain a 1/1 and 1 Shadows Ping. Uh, Interestingly, he didn't grab that barrier. I wonder what he's thinking of grabbing. Voyeur, probably.
Yeah, Voyeur is a great grab.
We didn't see it last game, so I don't know if he has it.
I don't know if he has it either, actually, but
That's probably what Eric's thinking.
it is a great grab. Late game, you
Though, no idea doesn't have that many characters.
Yeah.
All right, so Hera and Rebel Trooper reinforcements
yeah.
die to the drain of 1/1.
He's gonna take one more to Shadows eventually, so
Yeah.
it is nice that Luke's keeping them flipped the entire game. It definitely helps.
Right. If you had to eat 2 to the
Yeah.
objective here, too, he'd
Yeah.
start falling really far behind. Okay, so there he did Shadows Ping. It looked like he took a card from his force, I believe. But I don't see him losing one, so maybe I missaw that.
Oh,
Oh,
and there
he
it
does
is.
lose. He lost one from force
yeah,
pile
which is
for
very
some reason.
strange. I don't know why
You
you would do
wouldn't have
that.
anything tracked that early, and you'd want force. Yeah, that was. I don't know why he lost from force there.
No.
So he's paying a bunch. Yeah. He plays the fist over to Coruscant. So he's just gonna abandon Scarif. Go
Yeah.
ahead. And now that Tanev is gone, he doesn't have to. If it was different ships up there, he
Well,
could just.
also, I mean, this you're completely safe. What else does No Idea play? Like
In
for
terms of
space,
ships,
yeah, there's
Rogue
nothing.
One.
Rogue One, but
Yeah,
that's it. That is it. And he has to have
So if
Rogue
if
One.
you put Rogue One with
Wedge and someone.
like Hera
Yeah,
and
exactly.
someone, so he's getting 2 Destiny. We just saw Hera lost, of course.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I mean, so theoretically he could threaten, but that's the bulk of his ships. Right
Yeah,
there.
exactly. So,
So,
you're sitting pretty right now. If you're giving up the drain of 1 and you're getting +1 from the drain in
Oh yeah.
at
At the uplink
site.
station.
Yeah, the uplink station. Yeah,
Gives
yeah.
a drain of 2 if the fist is up at the system. So
Yeah, it's
so Fred will just burn a Gick.
I think Torn Far is on Bright Hope. It looks
Okay.
like
Silver Glen thinks Eric has Rogue One and Profundity left, and I'm betting that's correct. So they could threaten.
They could.
But 3 of the 5 ships are already up there. I think going to the other system there is completely the correct call.
it's a great call and
But if Eric can kick him out of space, that would be big for that ping damage.
yeah, it's definitely huge. It's huge.
Fred was just asking what happens if he lands his ship. Like his game text canceled.
Everything's-
Yeah.
Then he asked, so Forlum when it added Destiny at the.
No, he's still with Zuckus.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, that's the conversation.
Oh,
I was hearing.
okay.
Just a little.
Dennis just heard a conversation asking if Forlom still adds with Zuckus when the ships landed, and
Fred was asking.
Yeah.
Dennis overheard Beefred talking about that. So
Yeah, if I'm B-Fred, I'm really happy with how this first game's going so
Yeah.
far.
I
I
mean, so if you're B-Fred though, don't you pay one to land Zuckus at the beach so it blocks a drain of 2 instead of a drain of 1?
That's what I'm
And
thinking as well.
and you basically paid 1 force to lose 1
Cause
force
yeah,
less.
cause you
He has
know,
plenty of force right now,
yeah,
so I don't know why you wouldn't land it in front of the
yeah,
beach.
exactly. Cause you know you're gonna Hoojig or Gig no matter what.
Right.
And
Rogue One is in Eric's hand. It wasn't his
that
opening
is true.
hand.
That's true.
So he
But what
could
other?
Profundity from deck, but once Zuckus is dead, he'll flip and he can't pull a ship from deck.
Yeah, exactly. And also, what? I don't know how many cards he's drawn actually. Took the first turn to draw, but the next turn he deployed everything, and then the next turn after that he also deployed everything. So I don't think he's
Yeah.
actually drawn much and reloaded. If he's had
He
no
may
characters.
he may have oh, he tries to deploy Forlom and Eric's like that might cost +2 because it's not an Imperial. Is it just cards with ability or is it characters? I think it might be characters. So Forlom would cost 5 because of the front of No Idea's objective. So Bfred takes that back.
You could just play him inside, right, and get him out.
That's
It's
true. Um,
I don't know why you wouldn't just do that.
yeah, that's
I think that's
so
what
he
he's
pays 3,
doing. Yeah,
puts him
put
inside.
him in
Yep.
there. Yeah,
Yep.
fly him down.
He also might have at some point been like, I can pull Rogue One with my objective and use Van and Willard to just kind of 3PO it away.
Oh, interesting. So he has. Oh, he's going down.
He played Dengar with it too and Forlom and landed, so he doesn't have the Gick. And
Yep. Yep.
and what he decided is I can get a Destiny with Forlom, and now I have Zuckus forfeits 5, Dengar forfeits 4, Forlom forfeits 3. That
Yep.
covers 12. Plus I get a Destiny with Forlom with Zuckus, so I cover 12 in a
Exactly.
Destiny.
Exactly.
And I'm
And he also
okay
has
there.
some weapon. He has some shots. So.
Yeah, Dengar can shoot some dudes.
Yeah.
And,
Exactly.
of course, No Idea flipped, so those
Yeah.
dudes
Yeah.
are plus defense value.
They
and
are.
hard
They
to hit.
are. And he can cancel. But I think in order to attack into this, he's gonna have to move someone over from the site. So that'll take up the objective text from
Yep.
from the beach.
True. But even defense value +2.
Yeah.
Everyone's
Exactly.
like 5s and
Exactly.
6s,
And the
so
Destiny
you have
is.
to draw Emperor.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. You're gonna have to draw embers. Yeah.
Jan asks what happened to Queso. Queso took a little break
He took a hiatus
to
from.
do some Queso activities. He's saucing it up. But lots of Queso. If you want more Queso, we have streams from all day yesterday of nonstop
Queso,
Quesoing.
yeah.
All right, so Dark is like we said in a good spot where they're just doing 1-1-1-1. Shadows ping. Light is doing 1-2-1. So they've started to even out. Light's just behind.
Yeah, they're really far behind. They have a lot on table.
So there went an O switch off, an
Emperor.
Emperor. So the 2 6s and
That's
a Get combo and a Sense.
Yeah.
It looked like.
Yeah.
All went off the top to
It's
the
always
damage.
hard to read B-Fred's cards because they're
He's got
signed.
writing all
yeah,
over 'em,
exactly.
yeah.
But that did look right.
Yeah, so I think if Eric, you got to start going over to those two with Dengar.
Yeah,
Not a
you do.
threat.
You do.
Like Crack Vet is the big threat that's left, and
I'm guessing he has
and
Perimeter Scan in his deck.
Yeah, you might have perimeter scan. He has barriers. Of course, Beefred has sense in his hand.
Yep.
But you probably have Hujix too. But I think you have to go to those 2 other Coruscant
Yeah,
sites.
yeah. It's always in these scrub versus scrub matchups. It's always tough because you don't want to overcommit to a single site. It's really a lot of resource management. They're always going to be holding a Hujix or a Gik. So
The other cool thing actually Eric can do is just pile like 3 or 4 guys at one of the non-battleground sites. Uses objective text to move over to the other one.
yeah,
in
that is
control
really
phase,
nice.
Drain at both, and then move everyone else to consolidate.
Yeah.
And
yeah, that
it's
is
almost a Cantina shuffle.
exactly. It's super tough to deal with if you're a dark side then because usually Ames doesn't have a ton of characters.
They'd have to pile the site that Light isn't at.
Yeah.
Ironically, and then because they can only move one dude into control phase.
Yeah.
And then they just have dudes sitting in a non-battleground, which is
Exactly.
not good for Dark. So that's probably what Eric's play should be: is pile multiple dudes at one of the 2, at the site next to the Emperor,
Yeah.
and then control phase move over.
Yeah. Yabs is definitely a deck that battles over non-battlegrounds more than any other deck.
Yeah,
It's very interesting.
it's makes sense. It's Agents of the Black Sun,
Mm-hmm.
Shadows of the Empire,
Yeah, that is true.
non-battlegrounds.
It makes
Super
sense.
thematic.
It makes sense. Yeah.
So yeah, today you played Prophet Entanglements. Yesterday you
Yep.
played Black Sun Throne Room.
Hiko.
Oh, what
Yeah.
made you choose Hitco over Throne Room?
Well, I should have. I would have played Throne Room probably. I think Throne Room is much better than Hiko.
Oh, okay.
But I didn't have it built, and I didn't want to.
All right, fair enough.
Don't really have
You
the
don't.
time.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah. So
okay.
exactly. I would have played Throne Room though.
Throne Room seems better than Hitco.
Yeah. Yes.
I agree.
Just the fact that you get Anakin,
All
much
right, so
better.
it looks like coming down is a spy and then Cassian,
Yep.
who will probably eat a Tarkin's bounty.
Yeah.
Shizor's bounty.
That
not
is true.
Tarkin's bounty,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah. Zeus Bounty. Yeah. Yeah. I don't
Fred's
know.
thinking about it. He's thinking. He's
So
got one for us.
it's tough. I don't know if I Zeus's Bounty Cassian actually.
No, who do you think is better? He did.
Well, yeah, he
Fred
did,
agreed
but
with me.
yeah, but look. Here's the problem now. So he wasn't even drawing Destiny going into that fight, right? He has to deploy more. I always
You wait for the character.
you
who's
yeah
gonna-
you wait for the characters that are
All right,
going
so there's
to.
Leia. Leia can draw Destiny, if not unable to.
Yeah,
otherwise.
that's true. That's true. So you wait for it because if it's
But Cassian canceling your Destiny is annoying.
it is, but he's not going to outpower you or anything. I do agree
Yeah,
though.
he is. He
Here
absolutely
co-
will outpower him.
Well, now
Here's
he will
Bodhi
for sure.
Rook.
Yeah, yeah.
For one. Queso says, "Hi, Jan." He's eating with Schoenthal. They're going, having fun. You should be here, Jan.
Yeah, you should be here. It would be a great time.
We have only half the number of Westerguards we needed at this
I,
event.
yes, I agree. Okay, so he shot. He had a 5-track, which is really good. Shot. Lana Dobreed is going to keep it,
And Lana Dobreed keeps Guri's
which
forfeit.
is really good for B-Fred, or else the site's just getting cleared.
Right. Well, and the other interesting thing about that, so Utani must have come down.
No, it was
It was Baze?
Baze,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, then he may forfeit Baze and use his second shot to kill Shizor.
Can you? Oh, because he has to forfeit. Wait, no.
Light forfeits first,
Light for
and he could forfeit Baze, and when Baze is lost, he can fire his
yeah,
gun.
but he can't fire with Guri, right? With Guri there.
Oh, she can't
Yeah,
target. You're
exactly,
right.
yeah.
You're right. So before Guri dies, so that's why you had to target Guri.
mhm.
Good call.
It's gonna be power 11, 14. She covers up to 21. It looks like.
And he draws a Odin combo, which Shizor should be immune to.
This.
But maybe the power difference was enough that he didn't want
no,
to.
I think he shot. He drew a 4 for it though, and I don't think that's
That
allowed.
he should have shot.
Yeah.
So active judge.
Yeah, I don't think that's allowed
gonna
because
go
Guri's supposed to be there.
check
He's
that.
supposed to forfeit first. And it looks like they are changing it here. I think that they didn't realize that. And yeah, instead he's forfeiting Bodhi instead of Baze, which seems right. Yeah.
Yeah. So I just walked in and said, "Who forfeited first?" And they were like, "He did," meaning B-Fred. And I was like,
Yeah.
"Why?" And they go, "Oh."
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And so then once I was like, "You have to forfeit first," and Guri's protecting Shizor, then he decided to lose Bodhi instead of Baze.
Yeah.
And now Shizor is still there. Which obviously is a lot worse for Eric, not clearing the site there.
Exactly.
But that is how it should. I'm surprised he wasn't. I guess he wasn't outpowered by enough because Guri's forfeit 7.
Yeah,
still.
he was
She's
coming up
power
to
6,
21 or
forfeit
something
7,
for
yeah.
forfeit, so he's looking pretty fine.
Someone named Yoshi13 said, "What's happening, Mishki?"
Nothing much. You're commentating, having a good time. If you haven't been out to Endor, you should definitely come out here.
It's a fun
Great
time.
event. It's
Fun
one of
time.
the best events to come to. It's super fun.
got a keg this year.
We have a keg this year, and I am
We got
partaking.
games. We got. It's very laid back here on the West Coast.
It is.
Silver Glen says something about retrieving Gurry. Maybe he means with the sewer.
He could do that.
So Beef Red drains 1, 1, and 1. That docking bay just went totally
Yeah.
uncontested because, I'm not sure why Eric wanted to attack that site other than he had the track 5 and he thought he could shoot both and clear it.
Yeah,
but
that's
it's just
the
a drain
reason.
1. Eric spent like 5 dudes to kill 1 dude.
Yes.
He's already behind.
Yeah,
He's-
Lana Dobreed really
was big
boned
there.
him there. Yeah, that was huge. If you're clearing that site, it changes a lot because then you're probably able to spread 2 and 2, and then you're threatening 6 damage. Wait, no, 8 damage.
Oh,
I
Yoshi
think.
is Sam.
Yes.
Hi, Sam. Cool. Well, hopefully we'll see you at a Seattle event soon. That would be awesome.
Yeah, he was planning on coming out, but
I saw his comment. I'm in Seattle all the time. I was like, oh, I know
Yeah.
who that is. Met him at Continentals this year.
yeah. Had a great game against him with at Continentals.
Yeah, he was playing well there. I think he
Yeah.
he finished right near the top there.
Yeah.
All right, so Dark is just did 3 damage in control phase and Shadow Ping 4. Light is gonna do 4 as well. So they're both doing 4. Light has deployed a lot more cards. Yeah, I'm like I said, you kind of got those 2 paths to victory of out damaging Drain Race or getting a beatdown,
yeah.
and Eric went for the beatdown and didn't really do much. I still think he should have gone like 3 guys to one of
Yeah.
the sites, and that would have upped his damage potential by 5 next turn.
Yeah.
And in exchange for eating 2 at the Comlink station. So
Exactly.
yeah, it's interesting.
So yeah, no, he just goes
puts
U3PO.
there, yep, to block that train of 2. And obviously U3PO can't go to the beach because Corrin's there.
Yep.
So a couple questions from the chat. The other half of the top 4 is Hayes Hunter versus Connor Britton, Stubley on the forums and Gem. And the other question, what's Eric playing for Dark Eric? Our next match on this stream will be Eric's Rops versus Beefred's Diplo. And generally, Diplo is pretty favored there. So Eric kind of needs a decent win here.
Yeah, it doesn't. Honestly, the more this game progresses, it does not look like he's gonna get that.
No. Now, Zam went wide. I think Zam went over to the vault. I think maybe the best plan.
Is there someone in Zuck as a Miss Hunter right now? I can't tell.
Oh,
Looks like there's a character there. I have no idea what
Yeah.
it is. And I also don't know why it would be inside.
it's a good question.
Yeah.
But it does look like he has a character inside Zuckus and Miss Hunter. Yeah, why would you play it inside and
Yeah.
then risk it getting barriered instead of
I agree.
playing it outside?
I don't really know why you would.
Unless you're taking it off, but maybe it's Boba Fett Bounty Hunter, and he didn't want him to get buried at the site. Yeah, and so he's putting in Dengar and Forlom and taking off.
Okay. That's very interesting. Okay.
But
It's going in there saving 4. Yeah, and they don't have a way of limiting your draws, so.
No, Wedge can cancel one.
Yeah, Wedge can cancel
If
one,
he
but
gets-
and Cassian's already down. So I mean, if you're drawing 4 up there, which you're going to be doing
Yeah,
right now,
because Forlom and Crack Fett.
it's pretty solid. Looks like he just walklinged for a character, I believe. I don't know who was on top. Maybe Baze or no, Bodhi. Bodhi was on top, I believe.
And now he has to lose 1 force, so he'll top deck. Keep your eyes open. Which we saw both in his opening hand. He must have Van and Willard those away at some point.
Yeah.
That's one of them.
Yeah, that might be the case.
Greg Shaw says if he has Torn Far, he's probably running evac. It's possible. I think he just likes Torn Far for her ping retrieve a dude. When you forfeit a dude with her, who's +2 with insurrection, and then you just retrieve them after the battle. She helps in space doing that. It's possible he has evac because she also pairs well with that. You can stack them on evac, but I'm not sure that he does. But if he does, then that would obviously be good versus this.
It looks like
space package.
Yeah, it looks like there's quite a mercenary on top of the lost pile. I have nightmares to that card.
So, if Eric has a hand of guys,
Does he have any guys though? I mean,
no,
he has.
I don't think he has.
Yeah,
any.
he
Well,
has.
he's
12
got
characters on
8.
table.
He's lost a few. Yeah, I mean, if he does, you try and kill Zam at some point. Or you move Baze over to Shizor. You control phase move Baze to Shizor, and then you attack into Shizor, you get enough. You still have to get enough ability to draw Destiny against
Yeah,
Shizor.
exactly.
It's
I I don't know. This is gonna be an interesting game.
apparently quite a mercenary was the card that was walklinged.
And also how another thing he could do is move Baze over, shoot Zizor.
Yeah,
That's another movie. Yeah, that's another play he could have.
yeah, that's I said that.
Oh, did
Move
you?
Baze over, shoot Caesar, but you
Okay.
still got to get
Yeah.
enough ability to draw a Destiny.
Okay.
Otherwise, you're
I
probably
thought.
not
Yeah.
doing
Yeah.
much.
Okay. I didn't even know you said that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's what he's probably gonna do.
So
But
right
yeah,
right now, Light is gonna drain 2 and ping 1. Dark went ahead and activated with
honestly,
White.
looks like Eric has like maybe 12 left, 13.
Yeah, and he hasn't in any of the battles he hasn't drawn spies, so that he
Yeah,
can't
exactly.
retrieve. He keeps drawing like Odin combo and
Yeah, and
random stuff like
no
that.
idea once it fall if it starts falling
Oh,
behind, it's pretty rough.
oh, good comment. That no no force was left for Gold Leader, so he has 1 from Wipe, but he can't draw 3 Destinies because of Gold
What
Leader.
was he thinking on that one? That seems like a terrible play. Cause he had 4 saved. I know he did. He had
Yeah, he had a
about
bunch saved.
yeah,
I
he had a
think
bunch
he drew
saved,
some.
and I don't know
So
why
that'll cap
he
him to 1.
did. Yeah, that.
And if he can Rogue One Wedge another pilot, he can get enough power to just cancel that 1.
Yeah.
He'll pay 1 and
I mean that.
you don't even pay the 1 at that point.
That is the bootleg way of limiting to 1 destiny, I guess. Oh man, what a terrible mistake.
Yeah, that was Tomas with that observation. That's a good call.
Yeah, I think that Eric will exploit that mistake right now. Because if you clear,
You have to.
yeah, I mean those are some power characters there. He saved 3 in reserve, so he's planning on battling this turn for
Yeah.
sure.
I'm gonna go check on the other top
Okay,
4 game and
sounds
give
good.
you an update on that in a minute.
All right, let's see. It may matter because you have to think that Zuckus is only 7 power. He's drawing 1 destiny. He's going to be down 3, 7. Tornad's 2 or 3 and +1 to ability, so 11, 15. It's going to be down, and also a Bright Hope draw as well. That's going to be a lot of power. So, I mean, he's probably going to clear the system, which is really nice for light side. I just think it was it was a huge mistake for Beefred to not save Force because he easily could have. He's down about 11 power. If he's playing combat ready as non-V, I would be shocked. Yeah, could have done that as well. Holding, getting the beatdown on the ground. Also, just he's moving up into a drain 1 system, which doesn't make much sense to me. And he was doing 1 damage. I just think you want to accelerate this game as much as possible and get it down to. Like I said before, if you're getting within 10 force of or yeah, usually within 10 force, especially when you know your other matchup is a very favorable matchup for your side as Beef Red, getting it down there is accelerating just by doing as much damage as possible is what I would have done. But and moving up and then not saving force is, I don't know. I don't know how to explain that. What's going on in the other matchup?
So in the other matchup, Stubley's No Idea looks like it has a lot more life force than Hayes's map.
Okay, Stubley's playing very well.
Yeah, Hayes has Effentmon at the Scarif Beach. He has taken that over, but Stubley is just like all over the map
Yeah,
sites.
map is
Map has a lot of sites that they can go wide to. The Jakku drain 2
exactly,
site, both,
yeah.
both Darkkiller base sites are drain 2, and it's hard for Map to defend all of those.
It is very hard. Yeah, it's very hard.
Light just kind of has to survive in space. So that's definitely a no idea.
Yeah,
advantage.
that's something that I think map does fairly well against I feel like he does fairly well against the field of decks, but there is some bad matchups that it has.
So it looks like he control phase moved over Corrin,
Yep.
played Melshi, battled, killed Zam,
Yep.
and like one overflow. Melshi died. Now he just battled in space. Um, draws his destiny. Beefred pays 1 to draw a destiny, which is a 4, and then Bright Hope draws a 7.
Oh my. Yeah,
So
that's clearing the system, and that's a huge
that's
mistake.
gonna
That is
do
a
a lot.
huge mistake.
So
He's gonna be
Beefred's
power.
power -3 basically. So Zuckus is a base 4, so 1,
Yeah,
2, 3,
he's a
4.
one.
He's power 4 total.
Yeah, it's and
Um,
he's down. He's gonna be down like
it's gonna be like
15 power,
yeah.
16 power. It's ridiculous.
So
What a terrible. I cannot believe he didn't save force. I cannot believe it.
yeah, brain fart. Gold leader does that.
Yeah,
He's
it does it when they
he's
deploy
sneaky.
it. When
Sure.
it's really sneaky when they deploy it, but when you move into it, I mean, it's not that sneaky. It's just there.
All right, so he loses Dengar. I mean, Eric's losing nothing,
Yeah, I know.
so I don't know why. Beefred's peeling? He's got to be peeling way more than that. Okay, now that one.
So he lost 10, 11. He was down 11. And then he.
Yeah.
So he's down, no, he's down 12, it looks like. Or 11. He was down 11.
At least.
And, yeah, and I guess he's spilling more. So at least, yeah.
I don't know why you don't lose Forlom and Zuckus here. Like, you want to really protect that train of 1?
So he's down 12.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, man.
So he was power 4, so he must have got 14.
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why he's doing it either. I don't understand because
12. I count more like 16. 16 to 4 is 12. Yeah, okay. All right, so he was down 13.
yeah.
Um,
Whew.
I mean, so you right here, you have a choice. You can peel 2 from used pile, or you can lose Zuckus and Forlom. I just don't really see a big upside to keeping Zuckus and Forlom. They can land again, but like...
Yeah, I don't either. I do
Or,
not see a.
okay, here's if he's got another Fet in hand, or if he wants to sewer Fet and then
Yeah.
drop him back with Forlom, pay for Gold Leader, and draw 4 destinies.
That is
and
true.
clear out a bunch
That
of
is
stuff.
true.
That's
That is
why
true.
you would keep it.
Yeah. So everyone's moving
Yeah.
over.
Bastion said there was no sense in paying 1 to draw a destiny when he knew he would Bright Hope a 7 because he voyeured and
Yep.
saw the 7.
Exactly.
Must not have just remembered Bright Hope existed, or not remember. He just wasn't thinking about it. He was like, go ahead and draw my 1, hoping to.
Well,
Well, here's the other thing. Because Bright Hope has to have attrition to work.
yeah.
So if he doesn't pay, he would actually have been 3 more power. He wouldn't have peeled those 2.
Exactly.
If he doesn't pay that 1,
Yeah.
then you can't Bright Hope because the implicit targeting, whatever, there's no attrition to subtract from.
Exactly.
But instead, he drew the 4 and then
Yeah.
subtracted 7 from
And
power
you-
and
you
attrition.
know you're-
That
yeah,
-3.
exactly.
He was 3 less power. So yeah,
Yeah,
it
you
cost
know
him it cost him a force to have to peel 2.
It did. Yeah. And you know you're not drawing. Yeah, you know you're not drawing a 7. So there's 0 point in drawing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this was a pretty big misplay
Yeah,
all
I
around.
missed the voyeur when I was gone checking on the other games, so I didn't realize he knew there was a 7. But yeah, once you know that, that's a pretty big misplay. Pain to.
And he's going for a force
He's doing a
lighting
force lighting,
on.
lost probably Leia or
but
Baze maybe.
it's just gonna get canceled, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, so he draws their defense value +2. It's tracked. Cassian already did his thing, right? So he wouldn't be going for Cassian.
He actually
wants
didn't
to
cancel.
retreat
He
back.
didn't cancel with Cassian
Okay.
because Cassian got Caesar bounty, so
Yeah.
he hasn't done that
So
yet.
he hasn't done that yet. So why not use his subjective text to cancel that?
I'm not sure actually. I thought that Beefred's plan was maybe
So I think he's
to.
going to.
No, he's not actually. That's crazy.
And then Shizor's bounty will die. Beefred will get to peek at his hand.
Yeah, like he knows that. Yeah,
The objective cancels any destiny targeting. Yeah,
Yeah,
'cause it works
exactly.
against gravity shadow and
And-
stuff. So
Yeah, I'm surprised because I thought that maybe that Beefred was planning on no escaping
the force lightning.
Force Link, but that doesn't even work because it's unique. So I don't know. Yeah, that's very surprising to me. What is it?
The question is, will he retrieve from the Shizor's bounty before Force Lightning goes to the use pile or to the last pile? So basically, should he retrieve?
Yeah, he retrieves the top
Yes.
card, not the
Yes.
force lightning.
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, I don't. So You just heard Mike Kessling coming to clarify that he's going to retrieve
I'm
fetch,
very
and then Force Lightning
surprised.
goes lost. Um, the and then Shizor's Bounty goes
Yeah.
lost. Oh, now
And
there's a
then
question of which of those. I think Shizor's Bounty and then the Force Lightning.
I agree. I think
Um,
it's Caesar Bounty then Force Lightning
and
because
then
everything has to resolve. Then Force Lightning goes last.
then
So
Force Lightning goes lost
yeah.
after all that stuff
Yep.
resolves. Yeah.
Exactly.
Um, yeah, that's what Eric's saying too.
Yep.
Chad agrees. So, yeah, I don't know why he didn't cancel the objective. I think he just did not think about it.
I don't know how
Is
you don't think
casting
about
activates a force. Is that a may or is that a mandatory? Because obviously we will not interject if it's a may because he may have just forgotten. Um, I think it's a may.
I
Yeah,
believe
Shaw
it
says
is.
it's optional. So yeah, so
I
we will
believe it is
not
also.
jump in on that, but that is an option.
And let's look
Eric
at his
could
hand.
take.
It's
Just lost a
Bish
may.
Shuffle. Oh, so he actually does play some barrier cancelers, which is interesting. So he had Bish Shuffle, It's a Trap, another character, and I think it was two other cards I didn't see,
So
honestly. Or two other
Josper
innards,
died
so
somehow. Why is the top card a loss now? Josper?
I have no idea.
Are we on Dark's turn?
Yes, we are. I honestly have no idea.
Oh, it's because they retrieved the Fet.
Yeah, but so was Josh Bird there then?
He
I
must
thought
have
it
been
was.
peeled. No, he was peeled
Oh
in
yes,
overflow. He was
okay,
one of the
yes,
overflow
yeah,
peeled.
yeah.
Then he just retrieved the Fet, and now
Yeah,
that's why that looks
exactly.
unlost because they're still debating about the which goes
Yeah,
on top.
it's
Hey,
definitely.
I forgot to hit record, but so it can be ported from Twitch, right?
Yeah, it's not a problem.
It just doesn't have a separate recording
It's
on
just
this
a
hard drive.
I guess
Yeah,
it's a hard copy, but
yeah. Sorry.
not the other one.
It is. It is the end of the world. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
been great.
These can also like click,
Jerry's back. He says hi, everyone.
click here.
He
Read
loves
those
you.
lines.
I actually like those lines.
No,
Yeah, I want him back. Yeah, I think we're just debating on what.
It's Bounty and then Force Lightning. Dude, should I just go tell them
Where, yeah,
so we can speed this
I
along?
would. Where is the? Where do you see viewers? Oh, nice. Yeah, 54 people is pretty awesome.
like worlds type numbers.
Yeah, this is great. I'm. It's really impressive to see 54, and I heard that it was 40
Yeah, I just
plus
went in
yesterday.
and told him Bounty then Force Lightning on
Yeah.
top, and Kessling was like, "Yeah, that's what I told him," and that's what Eric had said. I think Beefred was just, I don't know.
I don't know why you. Well, actually, I do.
All right,
Getting
so
Caesar
that
Brown's
was
pretty nice.
that was into Lightside's turn. So now Beefred is activating. He Shadows pings one, Eric loses one, and then
Did you see? Did you get a quick look at how much he has left? Honestly, when I counted, it looked like Eric had maybe 11, maybe.
Eric?
Yeah, Eric maybe had 11 or
Yeah,
12.
yeah, and I think Beefred's probably at 18 or.
Yeah. So.
So he drains 101. And he's got just a lone. U3PO is the lone character there. I was like, he just left a lone
Yeah.
spy there, but it was. Oh, and the other interesting thing is by paying the one with the gold leader, he couldn't follow with U3PO. Whereas if he didn't pay with the gold leader, he also could have paid one. to
Yeah, that's
follow.
another thing. Oh man, that was a huge misplay in a turn. I honestly I don't know how much it will matter.
I mean,
But
would have
it
helped
like
if he could've
it
drawn
would have
four
helped a
Destinies
ton.
there.
But like
And not peeling two, and it'll add it'll be a few diff.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. It'll be a few diff, but I still think
But-
Beefred is in control.
Oh, he's
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
in control of this game and way in control of the match. with the next-
Exactly,
with the Diplo
exactly.
versus Drop
So he made some mistakes, but that's. I mean, it happens. I think everyone makes mistakes when you're playing Star Wars.
Gornal says you can't cancel and move in the same turn. I had
Oh
we hadn't realized it was
yeah,
still Lightsight's turn, so
yeah,
he moved
exactly,
over Corrin,
exactly.
and then Beefred Force
Yes.
Lightning Cassian's at the end of that turn. I was thinking we were already on Beefred's turn,
Yeah,
and then
that's
I
what I
realized
thought
when
as
saw him
well. Yeah,
activating, and then didn't put that together. Yes,
that's pretty smart.
Thanks. Greg Shaw said, "Oh, that was Lightside's turn. That explains no cancel." Yeah, so got to zap and he couldn't cancel because he had already moved Corrin.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
So that was a good play by Beefred.
That was a great play.
So Beefred shadowed and
I think he just
drained.
activate everything. I'm pretty sure that's what he just did. Just activate.
Yeah,
everything
he
and
activated,
then,
he shadowed, he drained.
Yep.
And now he's deciding what to do. So that was 5
5
for
for.
Fett. Why would
Nope.
he go to the beach and not?
Maybe he's just landing.
So he's not +2 because he's not flipped. That's only on the front side,
Yep,
right?
yep. That is. I think he's landing.
Is that on the? Yeah.
It is on the flip. Yeah, it is.
Okay. think he'll land and have 4 Lom Fat
Yeah.
Zuckus and get 4 Destinies on the ground?
Yes. Well, it's gonna be 3 because he doesn't get one for ability. Yeah. So, I mean,
Unless he plays another character.
unless he plays another character, but we do have 3, so
Yeah, he retrieved the Fett
Yep. Yeah.
with the Shizor's Bounty, and then while activating, shadowed it into hand. And
Yeah,
then
exactly.
activated his last card.
Exactly.
So that Fett that he retrieved from the bounty from zapping, that's the one he just lost on that same turn.
Yeah.
He literally lost on Lightside's turn, redeploys him on Darkside's turn. He does still have that no escape in hand. He had thought about playing at one point and then
Oh,
took it
and
back.
here it comes back. Yep,
So
no
he
escape.
takes that back so that here he thinks about it.
I don't.
Not
I
sure.
honestly think Force Lightning is pretty useless to play.
Unless they have already used their move
Yeah,
cancel,
but-
but still they're all defense value 5.
Exactly,
Like
and you can play around it pretty easily as a light side player.
yeah.
If you know
Right.
he has Force Lightning in hand, you're not
Oh,
gonna.
interesting. He plays IG there instead of the beach, which would be good at the beach because he could either capture someone or it would add another destiny.
Yeah, it's yeah. I mean, it's better. It's good in both ways because you're drawing 4 then, and you have the ability to capture.
Yeah. But
It wouldn't
besides
have been
not
bad
true.
actually. It wouldn't have been bad because you could.
Pays 2 upkeep for Fett. I'm a little curious why he didn't just Fett in space, but I also don't think he should have ever moved back up because
I agree.
It's just a drain of 1.
I
You
agree.
Eat the drain of 1 and why waste
No,
resources?
yeah, that's
I mean,
something I was saying.
By doing that, obviously not saving for Gold Leader was a mistake, but even just
Yeah.
the line of play
Yeah.
overall is you had to spin the Fett and
Yeah.
you lost the
I
Jank
think
card,
I
you peeled it, like,
you just want it as dark side as ABs. You want to accelerate the game to get them down as low as possible. And if you're in control, why move into them for a drain of 1?
Yep.
Is what I'm thinking. Like
Yep.
you just want to make them lose as much force as possible and get them as But
So yeah, I mean, because look at so he weapons displays and retrieves 1.
Does-
But right now Light is gonna drain 1, ping 1. Light's gonna do 3, and Dark's just doing more.
yeah. So what does
I mean, they're actually about even. Dark is poised to do 1/1 and a Shadows, and Light's poised to do 1/1
Yeah.
and a Stardust. But
even
Dark's
with
ahead.
even with a terrible start that Eric had,
No Idea's fighting
yeah,
back,
but I don't think it's going to be
He's
enough
got a
to
lot on
win.
table.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be enough to win, and I think that is that's great for
Position to
ABs.
be
Yeah,
in
like
for Diplo.
for the matchup, and even in the just as this matchup in
and
general.
now he does the control phase move to move Leia over and drain 3.
That is super good.
Shaw asked if Beefred still has a sewer retrieval, and I believe he does.
He does have the sewer retrieval, yeah.
All right, so after he does that move,
Yeah, he's gonna take the
Beefred pulls
resistance, yeah.
He plays a cold feet from hand and does a drain of 2. Beefred checks if decree reduces. It does not. So he loses 2 off the top, a Fett and a Dark Time.
Yeah.
Fistone thinks in this match you shouldn't even deploy the Emperor's Sight because you just don't need the activation. The problem is then you're leaving a floating 0, which is always annoying, but having 1 less liability could be useful. But you have the city anyway, and you're probably resistancing, so unless they're at both of them, it's no more of a liability than just having the city
Yeah.
out. It's only if they're at both the city and the Emperor's Sight that it's a liability, and hopefully you're not at that point. Yeah, they're both right now just trying to eke out damage,
Exactly.
get down each other's diff.
I think exactly. I really do think that Beefred had this game in control until he moved to space and didn't save force. Like if you save force, it's K play, but not saving force was a huge mistake. And now Eric just moves. Yeah, now Eric is doing what you told, or what you talked about is
Is going to the
just
site,
going to
and
the
then he
two
can
zeros.
control
Yeah, exactly.
control phase move to the other one.
Yep.
But that's what I said he should have done like 4 turns
Yeah, exactly,
ago.
yeah.
And instead he went into Shizor and Guri,
Which-
and that just wasted
and
resources and time. And
I
diff.
think he was baited because I don't think he believed he played Lana Dobreed. And if he clears the entire site, then I think he's actually winning this game. If he clears the entire site,
Yeah,
but
he didn't like that he was eating 2 there
Yes,
because of the
exactly
text on the uplink station.
Yep.
So he wanted to stop that damage of 2 and maybe do 2 of his own.
yeah.
But
I'm
yeah,
also
because he didn't clear
surprised
the
that
site.
Beefred actually didn't move back into that site with Zizor
Yeah.
last turn because that's 2 damage right now.
I don't think he had any force. I think he paid his last 2 for upkeep with Fet,
That might be it, yeah. Because
and then
if he
wiped.
could have moved back in, I mean, it's 2 more damage, and if he wants to move someone into that, he's going to be. If he wants to move someone into Zizor, he's not going to be drawing
Yeah,
Destiny, most likely.
I wasn't sold on the IG play. He goes ahead and grabs the barrier canceller, which Eric used to shuffle,
Yep,
just
yeah.
trying to get a
Bit
used
shuffle,
5
yep.
down.
Yep.
Both probably because Beefred still has a barrier, and because it's 1 less diff for Eric. Right now it's just force loss, basically.
Silver Glen believes that Lightside's going to win this by a few, and that might be the case. Let's see how much he has. Looks like 4.
Beefred?
He's at like 8 force, I think.
Yeah.
Like he does not have a lot.
They're both doing similar. The control phase move is big
Yes, it's
for
huge.
light side. That's
It's
going to add extra
huge.
damage. So that's where light is going to catch up and potentially out
No
damage.
idea just has so much stuff to do. The objective is so much for them. Protects their characters and
Yeah.
lets them move,
Yeah.
especially when they're all
I think
spies.
yeah,
There's
moving outside the move phase is always a risky design choice.
it is. I agree. I don't. There's only. I mean, Abs actually does it, but it's to a very specific.
Yeah, bounty.
Yeah, very specific card.
Yeah, or
so.
like the Admiral's Order, no questions asked, or you can like move
Exactly.
a smuggler or something. You
Yeah,
know, like
but then you need that.
Black Sun Fleet though is like super powerful.
Yeah,
Any
exactly.
control phase movement.
It's it's very
super
and
strong.
it's really hard to play around too. Sometimes you just have to open up to it.
Gornal says, I think you move Baze into that, fight, shoot, don't get a Destiny, and shoot again if needed. But if you get captured by someone gets captured by IG, like I don't think you have enough to take on Emperor, Vigo, and IG.
I agree. It's pretty risky. I don't think, and also I think Eric knows that he just wants to get it down as low as possible.
Yeah.
He's not. Like whoever wins this game, it's not going to be by much, and yeah, I just think that even though this match has kind of slipped, or this game has kind of slipped away from Beefred, I thought he was in command and control before.
Gornal says he needed to move Baze into Shizor when he was alone and shoot at him and just not draw Destiny against Shizor and then shoot again when you lose Baze and just kill Shizor.
That's what I was thinking.
But he's not flipped, and Shizor's only
Yeah.
draining 1.
Yeah.
That's
There was
and you might have to peel and
because if he did do that and he moved into that site, I'm pretty sure that Beefred would have fought.
yeah.
And then he's
And then-
not getting the 3 damage from.
And then Beefred zaps Cassian.
Yep.
Then he no escapes the lightning, potentially zaps again, which forced him to use the cancel. Then IG
Yep.
captures someone, and he could have IG fet
Exactly.
at that site.
I think it's okay what Eric did.
Yeah.
It's only a drain of 1.
If Luke wasn't on table, I'd agree. You
Yeah,
gotta
exactly.
go kill Shizor. You can't let him flip. But since he's not flipped, Shizor's like any other dude right now. He's like a Cad Bane. He's just like a random dude who's
Exactly.
draining for 1.
Doesn't do anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Other than that 1 damage.
Yeah, Queso says Admiral's orders are really hard to rely on with so much General Leia. That's definitely true. She's a
That's
real
very true,
powerful
Queso.
and
Thank you for thank you for contributing to
Queso's sitting
the
right
stream.
next to us, typing into the chat. It's like when your wife is sitting across the room from you and you text each other. Queso's our Star Wars wife, collectively for all of us.
Yeah, there was a lot of
Yeah,
Leia Road Princess.
there was comment from the chat about a lot of Leia Princess. I think she's
Honestly,
she's quite strong right now.
going back to my deck choices, that's another reason I chose Prophet is because I actually thought Court was going to be fairly big, based
really?
on no
I don't
idea.
think ever in a top 8 because Court dies to mains.
Yeah, I agree,
and,
but
and the top 2 decks are Throne Room and No Idea, and if
no one, the variance in Throne Room
But
is
here-
too high.
but plenty of people could put you on Throne Room and be like, oh,
Yeah.
Mischke could play Throne Room, Hayes could play Throne Room. Like,
Yeah.
there's enough Throne Room. I don't want to play Court.
No, I agree. I 100% agree with that. Yeah, it's just surprised me.
All right, let's see what's going on here. So
I think he
a bunch
deployed
of
someone to
spies
the-
came down to the Stardust site. So he control phase moved over Corrin because the flip side says all those dudes will be power +1 with Stardust. So he wanted a bunch of extra power.
I think this is Beefred's turn.
Oh, when did
Still,
Corrin get over from the vault?
he moved to the vault.
Oh, at the end of the
Yeah,
last turn. Okay.
after the
Okay,
end of his last turn.
I just missed that.
So,
Oh, and he shuttled down Torn Far too.
exactly,
Okay,
yeah,
so I just missed that at
he's
the end of that
consolidating.
turn.
And Beefred's going.
Cad Bane in front of dudes. He must have a Gick, and other dudes to the other site.
This seems really
So
moving.
here's what he's doing. He put two dudes.
Yeah, but he moved Bosk down from space.
He doesn't have a battleground
Yeah, that's
system
what I'm
right
saying.
now.
That's
a
really
huge
bad.
mistake.
That's really bad.
But first, he wanted to do the dudes down to the other site, so he can't control phase move over and train two.
Yeah, exactly.
So he
Which
blocked
makes sense.
that.
Which makes sense. Doing that makes sense.
But now he has no. What he needed to do was shuttle up the Vigo.
Yes, he
after
does.
doing all
Yeah,
that.
he has to shuttle Vigo. He also has to.
Or take off. Or
I
take
don't
off
even know if he
Zuckuss.
has enough to. Oh wait, maybe he did pay for Boba Fett. Yeah, exactly. That I think that was a misplay.
I think he didn't realize he's losing space. By
Exactly,
doing this.
exacy. Which
So
is
we'll have
huge
to
because
pay attention to make sure he pays it
yeah,
next turn.
exactly. Yeah.
If Eric doesn't catch it or the judges.
I'm gonna go see a Force Count. I actually want to know how close it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Can you do that, Queso? That'd be great.
All right.
That's super bad, actually.
Yeah, it means Shadow's ping will be free, but the two drain one sites costing 3 each is not great. But right now, he's not taking a lot of damage either. He covered all the Coruscant damage.
So he's taking 2.
So
He is
now
taking
took
2.
a Stardust ping of 1 and a system ping of 1.
Yes, he's gonna take 2 damage, but oh man.
Yeah. So
He also saved a force too. It looks like he saved a force. So maybe that was from wipe. It has to be from wipe because if
yeah.
Yeah,
No, he
yeah,
paid,
exactly.
he paid 2 for Fett and then
Yeah.
he wiped.
yeah. So if he turning off the battleground system is pretty big because that's turning off 2 damage, which is huge right now.
So
Has 7, and I think Hunter has like 8 or 9.
Okay, so it's super close.
yeah,
on.
it sounds like Queso says Fred has 7 and Eric has like 9ish. So it's close. Of course, Fred just
And
shut off a lot of his damage.
I think this
damage.
shows how.
Someone asked about Legend in the top 8. No Legend really seen yesterday
Yeah,
either.
I don't think any Legend was seen.
Legend's not. Legend is one of those decks that looks really good on paper, and then you play, then you lose with it, and you're like, it's not.
Yeah.
It's weird because its character base is every character except Luke, yet that's not good enough. It's not
Yeah.
like the decks that are like, you can't play Episode 1 Jedi, you can't do this. It's
Exactly.
like, you can play everything, yet we were talking about that. Okay, so we battled on the ground, and he drew 3 Destiny, because
Yep.
4 Lemon Fett.
Yeah.
And we'll see about power totals, but he has enough forfeit to cover. It's so Legend, we were talking about it, and the problem is it starts out 2 turns behind, right? Everyone talks about Throne Room getting a turn 0 where they basically get a free turn. What happens with Legend is you go second, and then your first turn is pull the site and play Luke, and then Dark gets a second turn. Since you wasted your whole first turn just doing that, you're way behind because Dark essentially gets 2 turns in a row because Light's first turn. So you're starting out behind, and then you give up a bunch of force. You start out giving up 2 force, and then with your sight or your system, and then you pull another one. So you're probably giving them 2 force right away, and then 3 from turn 2 or 3 onward. That you give up a bunch of force, and Dark gets 2 free turns. Then Legend just starts so far behind that it's tough to be really good.
Bastion coming in with the rules real quick, saying that. I mean, it's too late now, but
Yeah. Bastion says Kraken can't look at a force because Luke's there and not a Spire Scout. It's too late now, except we can tell them so they don't do it again.
yeah, I would agree.
Because if they didn't realize it now, he might just keep peeking.
Also, I think
so.
Kraken died, but yeah,
Then
I'm
it
pretty
won't
sure it doesn't matter at all.
Okay. Oh, John Michael thinks Kraken works regardless for that part of it, and it's only his Destiny adding that relies on that. So Jerry's checking that. I got it here. General Kraken.
Put me in that in one string. No, I think it's all together. Well, all your spies are scouts.
Well, spies.
Yeah,
It doesn't have
all
a
your
colon.
ability.
Yeah, but it says and.
Yeah,
Adds a battle
and, yeah.
destiny and once during your turn.
Yeah,
Yeah, so Kraken
yeah.
should not have worked.
Yeah. But I'm pretty sure he's dead. It looks like.
Yeah, I see Saw
And Kraken's there on the last pile. So
Yep,
yeah,
there.
okay.
Okay. So
So
he
it
just
doesn't
drew a spy in the battle over against Cad Bane and retrieved one, and
matter. Yep.
there's Kraken. Yeah, Bastion says doesn't matter, but yeah, no, it's definitely good to catch those little
Yeah,
things. Makes us
exactly.
all a little better players. Shaw says, I just rely on Jimp to tell me when I can Kraken. He's highlighted. Done. Do it.
That worked real nice.
Yeah.
So he just got wiped off the ground, and he's not doing any damage. He has to pay 3 to drain for
Right.
2,
Right.
which
He's gonna
is
have to shuttle up
and
dudes
he
back
doesn't
again.
he doesn't get a Shadows ping, which is terrible.
Oh yeah, he's only at 2
Yeah,
battlegrounds
yeah.
right
This
now.
is
Well, he'll shuttle up in Shadows Ping and move phase.
Hayes went 4.
Okay, Hayes won
Okay,
with
so yeah, Hayes pulled that one out.
map versus No Idea by 4, and now his next match is No Idea versus Huntdown, which he should just crush. So
Yeah, exactly. I think Hayes is
unless
definitely
something
in.
goes drastically wrong, Hayes
Yeah,
will be in
exactly.
the finals.
Hayes is definitely going in.
All right, so B Fred, did he just pay to drain one?
He did pay.
And then I think he's gonna shuttle up a dude and then Shadows Ping.
Yeah, which seems right. There it is.
No, I don't think that's the dude you shuttle. You shuttle up a Vigo because you still want to block them from control phase moving over and draining the site. I think he pinged and Eric lost a force. Did that happen? I guess.
No. I think he pinged. He drew. He moved up and then pinged.
And then pinged after
Yeah,
moving up,
yeah.
and that gave him the third battleground.
Yes.
Or did he ping before moving up?
I don't believe he pinged before moving
It
up.
would
but
change which card he drew, but that's probably too tough to unwind. I don't know. Alright, so he moves IG to stay with Emperor. Well, now he can control phase move over Baze and shoot the Vigo.
Yeah,
And if he
that's
has another dude-
he does have Decree though, so he's gonna be drawing Destiny no matter what.
Oh, good point.
Yeah. So, but he's doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 damage this turn. I don't even know if Beefred has 6 force. Oh wait, he has 3 in hand though. So
Yeah.
4 in hand, 3 in hand.
Yeah, he's going to do 6. But if he battles and draws a spy, he can retrieve another
Exactly.
one. B-Fred's about to do
And I think
4.
I think he has a spy tracked honestly. So
So 2 there. And then he'll drain 2 at the beach.
force push, force push, no escape.
And then he'll drain 1 at the system and ping 1 with
Yep,
Stardust.
Yep.
V-Fred looks
I
like
think
he's got about 4 left.
Yeah, 4 left. Yeah.
And a Gick in his hand, Sam says. In case Eric moves over Baze and deploys another dude. And
Yeah, but I don't need. Yeah, I would just move over, do 1 more damage. Honestly, probably.
how did
No idea.
you watch the Hayes game? How did Hayes pull
Well,
that
I
out?
watched the last
Yeah, yeah.
end of it. Basically, Hayes. I thought it was looking rough for a little bit. Too
That's
for
what I.
Hayes.
The
Yeah.
last I checked, it's doubly still at a huge life force.
He also uses double sleeves,
Did he,
and they're massive
oh,
sleeves
okay.
too. Yeah,
Massive double
yeah,
sleeves.
yeah. They're
Fooled me.
huge.
Lateral damage beat down, or like what? How did Matt?
So, no idea made the
Hang,
mistake.
hang on. Hand him your headset so they can hear better. Dennis is gonna hop in here and tell us a little bit about that Hayes game as we watch the final just drain out of this one.
Who did he play? I forget his
Stubbly.
Yeah, Connor Britton was the opponent.
So basically, Connor searched for a docking bay just to see what was in his
Oh,
deck,
no.
and there was 2 ships.
Oh, okay.
And then Hayes asked him if he was going to go back in there, and he said yes, and then he said no. And then eventually he went back in there for another ship, and it was only Bright Hope and Gold Leader.
Yeah.
There was no Rogue One.
Yeah.
And since he looked, he had to deploy one, and Hayes had both systems on lockdown. He had
Docking Bay?
so, and then he
Docking Bay?
basically he played Gold Leader so he could try to move down, but Hayes barriered it. And then luckily he drew into a Hujix, so he was able to avoid that battle. But then there was no chance of him going to space, and Hayes is doing 6 damage a turn for free.
So that battle doesn't sound decisive because of the Hujik. So it sounds like basically Hayes locking down both systems.
Yeah,
meant Stubbly.
Stubbly thought if Rogue One, I'm pretty sure he just for whatever reason thought Rogue One was one of the ships because he had some idea with Rogue One that he was talking
something
about.
with-
Yeah,
with Wedge and stuff.
yeah,
Um,
and so that happened, and then
These
just
decks
lockdown
that go
and free
wide,
damage.
like Black Sun, they have to be in space. We talked about that last game, and and no idea has to. You can't pay to afford all those drains. So all right, so jumping back in this game real quick. Eric drained and moved over dudes, and now he's gonna
Uh,
win small. But his next match
it's
is
pretty bad.
Diplo
Yeah.
versus Rob, so that'll be rough. So now Beefred drains one, drain
It's
one,
like 4 damage.
drain two at the
Yep, yep,
uplink.
yep.
Shadows ping one, and now Eric will damage him out. So like I was saying, the you need to be in space so that you can do those free damage. Beefred goes ahead and draws his final force. Eric's gonna count for us: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So
7.
7 for
Which
light.
is it's not
That's
bad for
that's
AMs, but
Hayes also cleared a site at the end to reduce damage as well.
So it sounds like Hayes played pretty well against No Idea. Made it so No Idea couldn't stay in space, therefore had to pay to drain, and then he was able to just drain a bunch in space, and would take that game. So then he should win No Idea versus Hunt Down unless something goes weird there. And then this next one will be interesting. We've got Rops versus Diplo, which is a very interactive match. It will probably have a 5 to 10 minute break in between.
yeah.
And I'll leave the stream live instead of putting up the little "Be Back Soon" sign, just so that you can kind of glance and see once people start setting up cards. But we'll be back with Game 2, Diplo versus Rops, in a few minutes.
Hello once again. Jerry Queso Sauce here. We are about to start game 2 between Eric and B. Fred. Eric won the first one by 7, and now we're going to have a Rops versus Diplo matchup. So, B. Fred looks, I think that's pretty a favorable matchup for the light side. Is that what you kind of agree there, Joe?
Yeah,
The Diplo?
I agree. Should we? We can. Do you want to record
Oh,
this?
yeah,
Or
we
do
can
you
yeah,
wanna-
we might as well do that just in case.
Yep. So B-Fred has got Diplo. Eric has Rops. Basically, pre-errata changes. This was pretty Diplo favored by 10 or 15, and then after the changes, Diplo now has to pay 2 for Mothma, which slows him down a little bit. And Rops now
Rops got a lot of
does not get
changes.
to upload a card, does not reduce at their own
Code clearance.
locations, cannot increase with code clearance, has to use an extra starting effect to swap. Like Rops took a lot of big hits and Diplo did not, and it was already Diplo flavored, so it's very tough. Before game one, when game one was starting, my prediction was no idea wins that one by between 8 and 10 or 12, I think I said, and Eric got a bad hand and bad start. Thanks. Bad hand and bad start, and ended up winning by 7, so one below my prediction of my 8 to 12 range. And I said that Diplo would probably win this by about 10 to 15. So the no idea kind of ended up panning out as expected, and let's talk about this match overall. Basically, Diplo will flip by bringing the plans to Alderaan, and they will.
Yeah, that's correct. It's Walkling, Speak, and Strike Planning.
Walking, Speak, and Strike Planning. So does not do the Squadron Assignments version.
Yeah, not the Falcon style.
And then it looks like he is playing the combo droids, so that
Yes,
Eric
he
can't
is.
play the icon or attack into the icon droid and try and clear.
Yeah, I
the
actually
chain
did
of
the
turn
deck check on B. Fred this morning,
Okay.
so I know he has the combo droids.
Okay. And then Eric's start is Arrest Order combo, Insignificant, the new swap effect, and the Imperial Enforcement, which used to be Domination, has the exact same text, but now it's unique 1 dot.
Yep.
And that's another hit they took. They can't have 2 Dominations out.
Yep.
And so typically Diplo will flip by delivering the plans, and then they add plus X to their battle destiny, where X is all the battlegrounds
Did you occupy with an Imperial?
occupied with a rebel of ability less than
rebel.
4. So typically they'll just spread out super wide. We got another 2 pretty wide decks here. They're going to spread out with Onam Baru and
Just like characters
Cassian
who
and
draw
just-
on their own.
Yeah, lots of
Rebels, Ahsoka, guys like
Yeah.
that.
And then Dark's gonna want to flip and be at their sites and reduce the drains by 1. However, Bale will add 1 wherever there is Alderaanians, and there should be a handful of those in there.
So it's a non-combo Imperial Arrest Order, which is me to believe he's playing more of like a
Some little scrubby guys.
like
ability
Dingus
dudes.
kind
Yeah.
of.
All right, so he's got Rey, Luke,
Solo,
Solo,
Radis,
Sense,
Sense,
Bright Hope, and another Luke and Chandrila. So
Chandrila.
he's got a stacked hand.
Not too
Great
bad.
ton of characters.
Yeah.
Eric has
Emperor.
a docking bay that he can pull.
I have you now.
Have you now,
Binder.
Scrub guys.
Oh,
and
he's got
another
2
bay. So
docking
2
bays.
docking bays that he
That's
can pull
not-
the rest order. Some guys. Binder will be useful so that he can go to space to drain free. So Eric needs to get to space so that he can drain free. He's going to want to flip and just start pinging 111 at the Raltier sites, while Diplo is not going to be doing a ton of damage early because of that -1 drain until Bale's out with some Alderaanians, and then Diplo will want to go fight on Alderaan, adding a bunch to his battle destiny and hopefully eventually flipping Eric back.
So yeah, did you want to hop back in? I don't mind.
Did they? Hey,
You wanna keep going?
can you go check that their active judge started a clock, or is about to start a clock? It looks like they are about to start. So, or
We can do it on if we need.
yeah, okay,
Okay.
he's cool. So we're at about.
Yeah, if
4
you want to hop
minutes
in, I
still.
don't mind.
So it looks like somewhere around 7.
We should get 14 different mics. Just get. Do we actually?
It's about 6:05 Eastern right now. There's an hour 15, so at about 7:10 Eastern, this game will wrap up if it goes to time, which it might because Rops and Diplo can. But I think it should have time to finish.
I know your matchups. Both your matchups finished in time.
Yep.
Continentals and Worlds.
Yeah. I tend to play faster than Brian Fred though, so sorry. Did I? Do you disagree?
No.
Might have understated that a little bit. So Brian does strike planning for Mothma and Kraken. Eric searches his reserve deck for a site with the Ralter objective
Did you start
and a
recording?
docking bay. Yep,
Okay.
recording's going. Yep,
Fantastic.
thank you. Crazy Runner Guy noted that starting enforcement, the aka Old Domination, is an interesting choice, and I happen to know in this deck Eric is not playing a battleground system, which was a particular choice. He is playing a Potif that he can play onto the Raltir if he wants, but he doesn't have established Fondor stuff. And in this match, he wouldn't start it anyway because there's already going to be Chandrila and Tatooine and stuff. He doesn't need to. So having Domination lets him redraw and
That's a very interesting strategy.
Yeah.
Just not playing battleground system seems
I
interesting.
disagreed with it.
Yeah,
and
I
disagree
disagree
with
with it
him.
as well.
I don't like it, but that's what he chose to do.
Because Presence of the Force seems it doesn't seem very reliable.
He has Crush for mains.
Okay, so he
and
starts
so
Crush.
he can
Okay,
start Crush and,
okay,
and Potif his system and
Yeah.
then just drain.
that makes sense.
Yeah. He had it in hand versus you, Dennis, but he decided not to play it because he didn't want you taking it over and draining free. And
And then he asked me afterwards, and I was
yeah, Dennis was playing a spaceless Hitco, and Eric never played it because he was worried about taking over. Mainly, Eric didn't want to waste a starting effect. Now that you have to start Insignificant Rebellion, he wanted to be able to start Crush, be able to. He does have an I Have You now. He was worried about mains and no idea, and so he kind of teched for those two. And then of course he ran into Diplo, which is Rops's worst matchup, and
Yeah.
so that's kind of unfortunate for him. Fred uses his objective to pull Alderaan and the farm card to pull. I Must Be Allowed to Speak. The farm card pulls Large Moisture Farm. And we saw he had Chandrila in hand, so he'll play that, and probably Mothma and Kraken to.
It was a terrible idea. Yeah, it was a terrible idea.
All right, so Dennis is grilling Mishki. Mishki was apparently going to play Court today, and then he woke up and switched to Entanglements last minute, and of course Stubley's no idea beat his Entanglements, and whereas Court would have had a much better match, and so Dennis was like, "Why did you switch last minute? You
it's
don't do
tragic.
that." Mishki,
It's a terrible decision.
yeah. You never know. So he plays the Chandrila. It looks like he played the Mothma.
Yeah. Is there
He'll
someone
move
else
over
on there?
free. That'll increase his. I think he played Kraken as.
Ah.
No, because he's only paid two. Radis. Was
Yeah,
his
yeah,
name.
that's
so he
it,
played,
Radis,
He
yeah,
played
yeah.
Radis for free.
Yeah.
Played Mothma, so now he'll get a Battle Destiny. He's got plenty of forfeit. He'll be able to move over free and
Exactly. Yeah.
activate +2 with Chandrila's text.
What's his third start?
So I'm Bats Walkling and Strike Planning.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Because he's not doing squadron assignments. So
Right.
I don't think it's.
think
You
he-
play Diplo more than me, so you would know. Is it as good as it used to be when since Moth was not free
I mean,
anymore?
Mothma set you back half turn. I don't think that was that big of a deal. Like, you may not flip turn 1 now.
Yeah.
Before you'd free Mothma, do Mothma free, and then you could fly over Falcon and back and
Yeah.
flip turn 1. Maybe you flip turn 2 or 3. Or not flip necessarily, but deliver the plans.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But I don't think it was that big a hit. I think Diplo's still quite strong. But
Okay.
I also I think No Idea is better, and I think Throne Room's really high. I think Light has tons of options right now between
Light has so many options.
and yeah,
Dark, you're just kind of looking for what
Yeah.
can. You have to
Dark
base it on
struggles
the
to
meta.
beat both the scrubs like
Yeah,
Diplo and No Idea
exactly.
and the mains.
Exactly.
And Dark So Brian uses Might to pull Bale, and now Eric's going to take a second turn. Dark. The problem is Dark mains are awful because they
Yes.
just get crushed by. They can barely beat light mains if they tech for it,
Yeah.
and then they just get crushed by all the scrub
Yeah.
stuff. Like they get crushed by No Idea and Diplo and Old Allies.
Which
and,
is yeah.
and so Dark mains is not viable.
Yeah.
Which means light doesn't have to prepare for Dark mains.
Exactly.
And they're just in such a better spot. Whereas Dark having to prepare for both light mains and scrubs is really tough.
Yeah. It's really interesting because usually for light side, scrubs get destroyed by, or dark side scrubs get usually beat a lot by light side mains. So it's
Yeah.
doesn't
Yeah,
really
right. Because you have something like Court
translate.
that can match up fine with light scrubs,
Exactly.
but it gets stomped by mains.
Yeah, I feel like they definitely need a boost. Dark side mains definitely need a boost. They're non-existent.
Fred's
in the
getting
meta.
a verify, and we're seeing Presence of the Force, Captain Kurgi, lots of standard Imperials. We're seeing an Expand the Empire. Some
Yeah.
sites.
Oh yeah, he has to expand the Empire text
Yeah.
on the
Goes on the prefix
the
office,
prefix
and then if
office,
you get
yep,
leaders
yep.
at all three sites, all Imperials on Raltier are power +3, forfeit
Yeah,
+3.
exactly, yeah.
It's like it's the old code clearance gave certain dudes +3
Yep.
forfeit. This gives everyone +3
Yeah.
forfeit and 3 power.
Yeah.
Like if you get leaders at each, but even if you have leaders at one and the adjacent one, it's still +2.
yeah.
It's pretty big. So
It is very good,
Expand's
yeah.
a good card. If you're fighting on Raltier, it's a really good card. It's especially good versus mains because then you end up with a lone Thrawn who's like power 7, forfeit
Exactly.
10.
Exactly.
Um,
yeah.
so it's good if you're fighting on Raltier. So Eric's going with the shuttle.
Okay, he's
He's
going
going to be aggressive,
in.
and Fred has a barrier. And I don't think Rops is going to have any barrier canceller, so that's a bummer for Eric because he was hoping to go shuttle, Emperor, pilot, draw 3 destiny, and clear out at least 2 or 3 cards there.
I think that
if there was no leadership.
yeah, I think that Beefred should pull Goldenrod anyways. Don't want the free Emperor, force him to use more force, and he also has Blizzard 4, so
I think Goldenrod would be a good call there.
Yeah.
So this is a super risky play from Eric
Yeah, it's
because
super risky.
1, he's got a force saved and Diplo plays barrier. 2, a leadership with Radis on there just
Yep.
caps him to 1 destiny and he does almost nothing. So there's multiple cards that Fred could have in, or he
Yeah,
could
yeah.
do play a I can't shake him. What's the light side? Antilles maneuver to
Yep.
play Captain Antilles for 1 force.
Yeah,
With that one he had saved. There's a bunch of cards Fred probably has in that deck that would be bad that makes this play Eric's doing bad, and sure enough Fred did have one. But I would say this was a good play for Eric to do because he's so far behind in the match. You sometimes have to make plays that
That
are
is true.
bad high risk plays when you are behind, and he might be going, I'm in a bad spot. If I can sneak this through, get 3 destiny, clear out like Radis, Mothma,
Yeah.
or droids and someone, then you're looking a lot better. And so he took the high risk play, hoping Fred didn't have an answer, and Fred did. Ooh. So now he plays Mara's ship, which is
with
bad because Mara's ship is only when alone she adds a destiny, when alone and piloted by an Imperial.
Yeah.
So now
Oh wait, no, but it is low now.
will she be alone because it's barriered?
Yes.
Yeah. So now it'll get 2 destiny.
He
That's
is
cute.
going.
He baited the barrier
Yeah.
with that shuttle. Then he went Mara ship and evac. But he still only gets 2 destiny,
It's a
which
3,
Thrawn he could
which
redraw with domination.
I would probably take that in hand.
You probably just want the free
Yeah,
Thrawn
exactly.
in hand.
You want- or the
You're not
Tarkin,
going to
yeah.
Tarkin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
he
takes
the
the
3.
3.
Okay.
In case he draws a 2, someone else here. No, he does domination.
Yeah. Okay.
And then he draws a
Oh.
0 and a 4. So that's only going to be Radis. Because
Oh, that's bad.
Ozzel 0. If he hadn't, he would have got 3 redrawn Ozzel and 4. He would have had 7 and forced him to lose both Radis and Mothma.
Well, he's exchanging.
Oh,
That's what
he's
doing.
swapping for-
yeah, the
for-
+1.
prep
Yeah,
D,
prep defenses.
which will make his total of 5. Okay,
Oh,
so now he
that's-
can't just lose Radis. He'll
Yeah.
lose Mothma. But he would have lost both.
Yeah, exactly.
If he had redrawn the Ozzel and not the Tarkin. But you want the Tarkin in hand.
Yeah, you
Like,
really
you
do.
can't fault him
Exactly.
for saying, I need Tarkin in
yeah,
hand.
exactly.
And
What-
what did Bfred draw?
He drew a 4. So what are you
Oh,
doing?
that's a bummer. So Mara's immune less than 4. So if he
Yeah,
draws one lower, he
exactly.
keeps the whole thing, and instead he drew exactly what he
Like,
needed.
what do you do now? I mean, you're opened up to a huge beatdown next turn.
I mean, Beefred doesn't need. He probably doesn't have a ton to beat down with.
Yeah, he's drawing 2 with Bale, because he has Bale in
Oh,
hand.
that's true.
So he can come down, and if he has another ship in hand, and
Yeah,
like,
if he
what if he has Gold Leader? I mean, obviously, this is just thinking worst case
in the
scenario
deck,
here,
sure,
but
sure, but well, with Bale, if he can clear out both ships here, Eric's gonna be so far
yeah,
behind because then he's not gonna have to. He's gonna have to
exactly.
pay to drain. The
I think
game's
it's
probably
over.
over if he
Yeah,
clears both ships
I
here.
think it's over if he clears
But
both ships.
but Mara covers 7,
That's true.
so maybe he doesn't.
Yeah, exactly. You would have to get lucky as Diplo to do it,
But the
because
problem is with Eric not having Fondor to run to, the only
Yes.
other place is Tatooine, where
And
the
you're
shuttle
drawing-
is just awful
yeah,
because
exactly.
you're capped in battle
you're drawing
destinies.
nothing. Yeah, I mean they're both awful.
They're so basically he's in a real bad situation. If
Yeah.
he hadn't drawn the 4 here,
Oh, you don't? Oh.
if he hadn't drawn the Destiny 4, or if he had drawn a little better, but that just went awful.
Yeah, that was bad.
So he pays.
He's going
for
Ahsoka, so -1 each.
-1 to the Destiny.
Does she
he
have
only
the
gets
power?
1 Destiny right now.
Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah.
No, she doesn't.
Okay.
And she's just high forfeit.
Yeah, exactly. I
And
think
then
that's what he's going
a
for.
Bright Hope.
Oh, that's super bad. Yeah, he had the other ship. This is, and that's the Bale, and B-Fred's just gonna go in.
Desai says this is such a good matchup for Rops if all you need to do is win it. So Desai thinks Rops can just grind out a win.
I disagree a
don't
little
know.
bit. I think
I do as well.
I think Diplo has the ability to beat Robs.
Bastion disagrees. He agrees with us that it's not a good matchup for Rops. So I'm of the opinion Bastion should play Diplo, Desai should play Rops, play it on Jimp.
Yeah,
Mishki and I will commentate
exactly,
it.
Yeah.
It'll be a good time for everyone.
Yes, I agree.
All Desai has to do is win it. It's just whoever wins the game by one
Yeah, let's
force.
just put like 5 games and whoever wins the most. Best out of 5.
Run it 5 times.
Exactly.
What a grind.
Let's see what happens. Let's be there for 10 hours.
All right. So.
Okay,
Desai says
okay,
let's do it. That
okay.
would be awesome if they could schedule a.
Yeah, I would love to commentate that. That'd be a great time.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, he's battling.
Yeah. He's gonna get 2 because of Bale.
Yeah, it's
Draws a 4,
4 to
and the
4.
menace fades a 4. So he gets an 8, which will clear both
Oh,
because
that's
Mara only covers 7.
so bad.
Yeah, we're this match is almost over.
Yeah, this is so bad.
He draws a 5, and then Bright Hope draws a 4, so it becomes a 1. Oh, and Ahsoka makes it -1, so it's a 4, and Bright
That
Hope
is
reduces all
so
4, so he has
bad.
a total of 0 Battle Destiny because of Ahsoka and Bright Hope.
Yeah, this game is.
Fred drawing 444
Yeah,
there
it's
is pretty
sick.
good. When
It's sick.
Diplo's Destiny average is like
Yeah.
2.5 to 3 because all the low.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, not flipped, right?
That is sick.
So it's a 0 with Ahsoka and Bright Hope. That's brutal. So Eric's gonna lose everything. Fred will lose nothing. Is Eric having to peel here too? I don't think so because they forfeit for 7 and 5, 12 plus their power of 5 and 3, 8. So they cover 20.
But did you account for the -4?
Oh yeah, -4 is 16. So he is peeling 1, 2, 3, 4,
Oh my.
including the 4 sight. So now Fred just needs to get over to Raltier. He doesn't have the extra sight. He needs to get on one of the sights, and Eric can never flip.
Oh no.
If you can move over,
So can he?
can't even
yeah,
shuttle
exactly.
down
Yeah.
Ahsoka.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, it's gross. I think he might go to deliver the plans, but let's see. Yep, that's what he's doing.
yeah. So he's ship docking over Bright Hope,
Yep.
the R2 onto Bright Hope, so that can go deliver to Alderaan, which lets him upload a card, something Rops no longer gets to do. And he is gonna take. He's asking a question about something. What did he lose? I guess.
Mahdi and someone else.
Yeah. There's a barrier. There's a guts. There's a Hujix.
Oh,
Hera. He's checking his hand, deciding what he wants to upload. Barrier's a pretty safe play here. There's a Sabrip that he's looking to take, and that's the very
Yeah,
first
I think he
card
might
that
take
he moved
Sabrip.
that to the front.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't know how many Sabrip player cancelers he's playing.
so Eric
but
does have a masterful combo, and he could cancel that at a strategic time and try
yeah,
and get a beatdown. But
yeah,
Rops doesn't have a lot of beatdown cards.
yeah. I think
No, I don't think there's a cold feet. Just a
yeah, man, this is going awfully for Eric.
yeah, yeah.
Those first two turns were possibly the worst things that could happen. And that's where he goes. Yep. See if he shuttles down anyone.
I think
No,
not yet
yeah,
because
yeah.
he's just killed two ships.
Exactly,
So
yeah.
he figures Eric's not going to be able to go guy, and ship, which gives him time to establish at a
Exactly,
site.
yep,
I think next turn he will establish at a site with that foresight top decked. If he's at 1, Eric can never flip. So I think that's his next priority.
Yeah.
Is next turn establish hard at a site, and that will probably be with Ahsoka and other stuff. And Ahsoka does let them I have you now for an extra destiny,
That's true.
which is in there. However, they're each -1.
Yep. Yeah, it's hard to overflow, especially when they're flipped. It's hard to overflow
Yeah.
Ahsoka. Ahsoka's really
Or
hard.
anyone in
Or-
Diplo
yeah, or
when
anyone,
they're
yes.
+4 or 5 to their battle destiny.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's what it's looking like it's going to get to.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I think Fred could peel 10 here and still win by 8+.
Yeah, I agree. This is a commanding position. But
But
I also thought
we've
last
seen-
game was a commanding position.
And we've seen some crazy games
Yes.
where,
yes.
I was commentating Worlds 2017 and Phil loses the purple card in TTO off the top to Greg Shaw's old allies, and I was
Yes.
like, "Oh, this is over. Greg's going to the finals," and Phil battled that out and won that game.
Yeah.
So it's
I remember. Yeah, even at Continentals.
we could be wrong, but
Yeah.
that's the way this game is.
Yeah, I agree.
trending. What happened at Continentals?
When you played Greg, I thought you had it in the bag when you were playing Legend versus
Oh,
Abs,
yeah.
and I was like, he's doing too much damage. You won by 13 in the first game.
Yeah.
It's like there's no way, and then
yeah.
or 12, yeah, and
then he won by 14.
Yeah, and then he won by 14. It's so crazier things have happened, but this is a great position for B-Fred at this point. I think Eric's.
All right, so B-Fred's lines of player clear, get down to a site, and then just start spreading out. So
Yep.
you add a bunch extra to your destiny. Maybe eventually set up celebration. Eric's line of play is okay. He plays binder, so he does have another ship, and he plays a pilot. He knows he needs to get to space because if he goes guy, he still doesn't flip. And
Exactly.
and he's paying 9 to drain for 3. Like that's not
Yeah.
a winning move. So
Yeah.
he plays binder and Kurgi. John Anderson V, who lets him peek at the top card, and if it's a character, light side loses a force, and if it's a rebel, you can also place it in used pile. So it's kind of I like that. So Kurgi, the original non-V, pulls Scanning Crew,
Okay.
and so I like that Scanning Crew
Yeah.
looks at their hand and can place a rebel in used pile. So the fact that the V Kurgi essentially
Yeah.
does a semi-Scanning Crew, it's very thematic.
that seems very good
I like
against
him a lot.
Diplo, actually.
You know what it's even better against?
No idea.
No
Yeah.
idea. I mean,
it's very good against No
yeah,
Idea.
No Idea plays like 28 dudes, and
Yeah.
almost all of them are rebels, and so you're just like, peek,
Yeah,
lose
exactly.
it, peek, lose it.
So he's going Emperor, guy who costs 1.
That looks like no, it looks like Colonel Wolf Yularen or something. But he
yeah, I
costs
think that's
2,
it.
So he must have paid 2. I don't know. Emperor and another guy to a site. So he's just establishing free drains, and he's gonna want to, as soon as he can, flip and go wide, add to his destinies, and start doing domination
Yeah.
and swapping and trying to get into the Rops game plan. But he's just very far behind. At this point.
Exactly.
So B-Fred is probably not gonna drain. Does anyone have battle order out? I guess not. So he plays it right now. Battle order comes out.
Yep.
B-Fred can drain for 2 there with Bale, but he probably has a lot better stuff
Yeah,
to do with all
exactly.
that force. He's got a ton of dudes in
Exactly.
hand. Remember, he started with Luke in hand,
Yeah,
and he
yeah.
had Ray.
Yeah,
None
he
of
has
them
a, he
have
has a
come
sick
out.
hand, actually.
Yeah, so Luke might go to Tatooine and just get a use pile pull, or he could come down to Raltier. It doesn't really matter. The world's his oyster.
That is true. He has all the options.
Let's see which one he chooses, though.
Yeah, exactly.
This will be a fun learning experience for those of us watching on the outside of the top four, watching, see how they play it. Oh, Adam says it looks like Janus with Emperor. That's a good point. Janus does cost one force. Did you say that? And I missed it. Dennis also said that.
You said, I said it, and you're like, no, I think that's girl one. I'm like, okay.
Oh, I didn't hear you say Janus. Yeah, good call.
You're wrong on that
Against
one.
me.
Oh, okay.
The combo right away against me too.
So Janus also makes that a drain 2 site and lets him
Which
start
is nice.
cycling.
Okay, so
So
he's
Beefred
going.
plays a
Oh, he's
generic
going. I think he's
Corvette
yeah.
and solo, and he'll probably play
Yeah,
Ray,
exactly,
and
yeah.
he'll try and just clear this
If he's
ship
if
too.
he clears this ship, oh
Ray
man.
use pile pull. Let's see if
If he can
and
get like
oh,
a
he's-
brew, if he can get a brew,
right here he should grab Hera.
or Hera. I was saying
Add an extra destiny. Baru would let him use
flip.
the flip.
Yeah,
Baru
exactly.
would flip, and then he'd add only 2 to his
I
destiny.
think he's playing interrupt.
He definitely didn't take Hera. Leadership he's considering. I didn't see what he grabbed.
Because I'm wanting to go for that. It's an interrupt of some sort, or maybe it's Savrip actually. I think it might be Savrip.
Ah, okay. Yeah, if he can keep Savrip on table,
Exactly,
then
yeah.
any winning battles, he retrieves one with Diplo.
Yep.
And any losing battles, he just Savrips a dude.
Yep.
There's also Vengeance in his Dark Side deck as well, so he does have another ship.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's one more ship, Vengeance, in his deck.
If you have one, if
I
you're
think,
down to
and I
one
think
ship,
he's got
though.
2 Mara ships, so I think there's still a Mara
Okay.
ship and a Vengeance left somewhere. But obviously, if you just keep getting cleared over.
And he's going Kraken.
Plays
flipping.
Kraken to the ground
Yeah,
and
that's
flips.
the flip. Okay.
All right, so now he's adding 2
And
to his
there's a Savrip.
There's a Savrip, okay. I still think Hera for the extra destiny.
It might have been fine. Yeah.
Oh, he doesn't have the Force. Never mind.
He would have if he didn't play Kraken.
If he didn't play Kraken.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'd rather have an extra destiny than +2 to
And
my
also
total.
being able to draw.
So he draws a 4 and a 4.
Oh, yeah, here's the 4s.
Those
Yeah.
same 4s.
So it's plus. So that's a
He
clear.
didn't pull sights or anything, I guess. He didn't
Yeah.
shuffle.
No, he didn't.
So 4 and 4 plus Ray adds 1,
Yep.
9. So that'll
And
clear
it's
that.
it's 11 actually because of the
yeah,
destiny.
and 11 with the flipped
Yeah,
objective.
exactly.
So Kurgi in the thing, and he draws a 4, which means probably Ray dies.
No, he can Savrip this.
No, he's not losing.
Oh,
that
yeah,
battle
yeah,
with
yeah,
11
that's right.
battle,
Yeah,
total
okay.
battle destiny.
Yes, you're right. My bad.
There's a crazy play in the other game right now.
That's another reason why I wouldn't pull Savrip them.
The Yavin 4 throne room against Hayes, no idea.
Yeah.
Just had the 3PO guy there.
Yeah, so Hayes had Vanden Willard at the Yavin 4 throne room, and Connor plays Isard
Draws Destiny, it's the castle.
and draws the castle for Destiny and doesn't kill Willard. Ouch.
Sad. That's not what you need to see when you're playing Hunt Down versus
Also,
No Idea.
also, you're so far behind in that match. You
Yeah.
should wait until you can do her plus like a dude with saber to
Yeah.
try and overflow. They'll probably have the Hujix, but still, like, you
Yeah,
have
you
to
need-
go
yeah.
for it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you have to take shots. And you don't just need to clearing Willard doesn't do a lot for you. Overflow does. Crazy Runner guy asked if you retrieved for winning the battle.
He did not, I don't think. Which might be a
Um,
May, but
I think it's a May. I'll double check though. But yeah, no secret plans is out. He does play There Is No Try right now, and we did see an opening hand sense.
Yep.
So that will come up.
yep. So okay, so here comes 2 characters. It's someone in Tarkin. I don't know. And Kirkanos. Okay, so he's going in. He's Toby. I think he has to now too. Like he needs beatdowns.
Yep. All right. So
Oh,
Diplo is if you just won a battle, may retrieve.
yeah.
a force,
Okay, so
it's
he could have
definitely
retrieved,
optional.
but he didn't.
He should have.
Yeah,
retrieved
of course. Why
'cause
wouldn't
there's
you?
no secret
Exactly.
plans,
Why
but
would you?
It's okay. So no barrier. He's got Kerr, which can cancel a dodge or anything like that. But Savrip, I mean, he's got multiple
Yes,
Jedi loops
exactly,
in hand.
exactly.
You're
So
just like-
I think he's fine.
If
yeah.
he has a Savrip canceller for mid battle,
yeah.
that's why he put out the Scent Shield. I bet he has Masterful combo,
Yes.
and he's gonna try and mid battle cancel it. And
Exactly.
he'll try and sense.
He's adding Destiny.
And
yeah.
Ahsoka is.
Oh,
out.
actually, no. So this is actually really good because he can sense, or he can cancel the sense with Kirkanos in battle.
Oh, he just drew Destiny, so he didn't
And
have the
I
Masterful.
guess he didn't. Okay, so
So if he had the Masterful
Yeah.
sense, cancel it with
Yeah,
Kerr.
exactly.
Yeah, that would have been great.
so
but-
he's drawing 5/4. So that's and he drew a 5, so it's a 7. That's clearing 2 people.
Even with Arrest Order, there was no scrub who was a
I
Like an
don't think.
evacs type.
No, I don't think
Yeah.
there is. It's
What do we
everyone's
got? Like a
3.
Death Trooper, Thrawn,
Yeah, no,
or
it's
Tarkin,
it's Tarkin, some other guy,
Kerr.
Colonel David John, and Kier.
Yeah. Min Kerr maybe.
Is Colonel David John 7?
Yeah, Min and Kerr. Yeah. So yeah. He, no, he's ability 2. So David John is a
Okay.
forfeits for 7.
Okay.
Yeah. But Fred's just gonna Savrip here. Yeah, he needed the Masterful for that to be a good play, and then a Kerr on the sentence. All right, so Jedi Luke for 9.
Jedi Luke for 9. All right.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Eric, you just gotta hope
Yeah,
that
that-
he didn't have very many
yeah,
characters in hand,
honestly.
or that
That's,
let's see, and then Van and Willard
Yeah.
for
5?
5. No, does he gets the insurrection bonus? I think.
Does he actually?
I think
So,
he does.
Okay, well, so for 7.
Oh, is there? No, there's no insurrection, is there?
And he's peeling
What was it?
3.
It was
He's
speak,
peeling
walk,
4
lean.
more.
4 more. Interesting. Because he wants to keep that Jedi Luke
Yeah.
because he can come down in battle
Exactly.
and get a use bubble
Yeah,
and stuff.
exactly, yeah.
There was no insurrection, right? It was
No.
it was strike planning,
No,
waffling, and speak.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Well, he made him peel 4 and 2 dudes from hand, so that wasn't awful.
Yeah, it's not terrible. It's what you want for sure.
But Fred's still on a battleground site. He's about to train
For
3.
3.
Yeah, 2 at Raltier, 1.
Also, the other thing is now his biggest threat is all on table. Like, there's nothing really B-Fred needs to worry about now. He can just
Yeah, there's probably a Vader Enforcer,
yeah, I think that's it.
which Enforcer would have been great to blank
Yes.
Kraken's text.
Yeah, it would have been
take
really
away 7
good.
power.
Yeah.
But he could also later blank Owen and Baru or something,
Yep.
stop someone
Yep.
from getting a Destiny.
Exactly.
Or who's the rogue guy who draws off the top when you play another rogue squadron guy with him?
Oh, Commander Nara?
Yeah, Nara
yeah.
is another one that Vader can blank and
Yep.
stop from getting a Destiny.
Yep.
So there's still that, but yeah. But if Savrip stays on table, that just doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, even if Savrip's canceled, then celebration. Oh yeah, okay, EPP Mara. So I mean, but
There's a few threats.
Eric
but
Eric knows the lines that he needs to get a beat down right now, and that's kind of what happens with that's what we were saying last game with the no idea that sort of stuff. It's like when you're behind, if you can make them peel some. Now they're turning all their sights for space saving purposes. Yeah, getting cleared in space again
It's really bad.
was just so brutal because then
Yeah,
he
it set
can't.
him back
He,
so
he didn't
much.
train with
Exactly.
Emperor Janus that turn.
Exactly.
Like, it's like okay, he peeled 4 to that battle, plus the
Yeah.
2 from 2 characters, but also he didn't eat 2 from a drain.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
it nets out a little bit. All right, so Luke goes down to Mos Eisley to start Cantina shuffling. He goes for a used pile pull. Looks like there's a Chirrut, a Corrin,
Barrier.
a Might, a Hujix. I didn't quite see what he took. Let's count his force pile, see if Chirrut's a good play. So I think with how many ships Eric has lost, I think you got to shuttle down Ahsoka and stop
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too.
and get that set up, and then you
Like
go,
well, yeah. I think you're for the most part safe. He's thinking about Hujix. Oh no,
yeah,
he took
goes
a
for the Chirrut.
Chirrut. Yeah,
He wants the character.
I agree.
That's just almost as good as a Hujix because you can always Savrip it, and it's an
Exactly.
extra dude on table that
Exactly.
just puts on more pressure. And
Yep.
Cornell points out Kraken adds a Destiny with Luke because Luke's a scout.
And that he
That's
does.
pretty awesome. So I think he's just gonna move over Kraken to chill with Luke.
He's
He moves
moving.
Bright Hope to Raltier so that he can shuttle down Ahsoka.
There we go.
I think Street makes Rebels -1. The docking bay makes pilots deploy +1 if he wants to back her up later, but so he does move Kraken with
Yep.
Luke. And now Eric can pay 6 to do 3 or try and attack and something, but I think that last turn he didn't really get to draw any because he deployed
Yep.
a bunch of guys, and so his hand size has got to be quite low right now.
Yep.
And
Exactly.
Fred gets to just draw a bunch. So Fred refills his hand, has a ton of board control,
Yep.
and
Yeah. Eric is into some trouble. That's for sure.
so Eric pays 1 to Janice. Activates a few more. He's saving a few for us, so maybe
like
he's
a
got
3.
the EPP Mara. I'm not quite sure. Let's say EPP Mara comes down.
Yeah.
She hits Luke, clears Kraken with the Destiny. He's still got a soak on his sight,
Yeah,
and he's still
exactly.
doing 2-1-1. Eric would have done no drain damage
Yeah.
that turn because he's paying. Like, Eric's only hope is to be in a system and be continually adding on damage every turn. If he could be drain 3 and then do something, run away in space, drain 3,
Yeah.
attack on the ground, like he could be eking it down, but he's just not. You can't afford to.
Yeah, you need space. And I think it was a huge misplay to go that early. Like, I think it was a
A
misplay.
lot went wrong too, though.
Yeah, a lot did go wrong, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Taking that risk is because you know
It's
they have
tough to say.
answers.
It's tough to say.
But
This-
you know they have answers
It
most
sounds.
of the time.
It sounds like Bastion and Justin will settle it for us.
Exactly.
All right. Well, with this kind of slowed down a little bit while Eric thinks about his turn. What else are you thinking about the game right now? What are your thoughts on the Outrider Cup?
The Outrider Cup, I thought it was a lot of fun actually. It was
Oh, cool. Dennis is going to go update us on the
yeah.
Hayes game.
The Outrider Cup was a lot of fun. I had a blast.
You played Tom
Yeah,
in
I
the
played,
first round and
yep.
Stefan in the second.
Yep. It was a fun time. I really enjoyed it. So
Good,
I would love to do it again next year. And
Well, you made a top 8 now, so
Yeah,
that'll
exactly,
give you
that
Player
helps.
of the Year points.
that
towards
helps. And
I
hopefully,
got 9th, so I got 0 Player of the Year points for it.
oh no,
I
you're
know.
gonna miss out this year.
I know. Desai's going to be captain. He's not going to pick me.
I think he'll go with Steve for that one. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good event.
Yeah.
I had a lot of fun. And
The deck creation was a lot of fun. Or the matchups were choosing the matchups was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
it was great.
that's-
It was great.
yeah, who plays who and what decks
Exactly.
you play and trying to outguess and
So yeah, the no idea versus Hundown matchup. It's pretty spread out.
oh, Jerry's got a picture of the board here. They're just super awkward angle. So it looks like right now Hayes has a reacting trooper at the beach, a reacting trooper at the docking bay, someone with the plans at the vault, Curate at the plans with the vault. Connor likes to spread out dudes, so I think Blizzard 4,
Yeah, I
Vader
think-
Saber,
yeah.
and Kerr are all at the docking bay. So they're all at the docking bay in front of a reacting dude. We've got Solo and Isard are both at the Yavin 4 War Room, and then you've got Tantive and another ship, Bright Hope,
Yeah.
at Scarif. So they're just kind of spread over the board. Was there anyone at either of the Executor sites?
The Visage came back, and then it was canceled, and then you cleared it. So I think I don't think there's anybody.
Okay, so no one on the Executor, but Visage isn't on there either. Okay, he's going to double check that.
All right, so back to
All right,
this
so-
game. We got Ozzel and another random Imperial coming down to fight Ahsoka.
And
we got
expand the Empire, so
Okay.
they're going to be...
Visage is still in effect. P59 is at the Holo Theater.
Okay.
Okay.
Visage is in effect with P59 guarding it, so you can't just do a random spy. They will get shot. So, let's see.
Yeah, Life Force.
He goes ahead and pays 1 to battle with Ozzel and other character.
I wonder what his power is right now. It's looking like
So Ozzel is a 5. Oh, he draws the Masterful combo.
so it's a 4.
It's Ozzel and
Thrawn.
Thrawn?
Yeah.
Okay, so Thrawn's a base 4 plus 2 from expand is 6, and also a base 3 plus 2 is 5, so he's 11, and he drew a 5 is 16. And
That's
Fred drew Captain Antilles, which is a 2, and
plus
he's
2.
adding 2 to his total, so that becomes a 4.
Yep.
And minus 1 with Ahsoka,
Yep.
so 4. So it's like 15 to 10?
Yeah.
Yeah, 15 to 10. Fred, he domination retrieves, and Fred goes whoops and pulls his shield. Um, oh, and this turn he also played the Vengeance over to
Yep.
Tatooine so
Yep.
that he can start getting free
I
drains.
actually, yeah, I think he
and he'll probably
I think he tracked that around with Janice
Janice,
because he
yeah,
drew it.
he drew it for Destiny and then Janice into it.
Which is great.
He retrieves Kurgi with domination. 1, 2, 3, 4 locations. 1, 2, 3, 4 locations. So he is domination still does work right now. Ahsoka is massively outpowered, but I assume he Savrips. Will Savrip for this. What was it, like 16 to 10? And whoa,
That's pretty funny.
Connor played a much anger in him on Chirrut holding the Stardust, so he's gonna have to like battle with that or eat 4, lose 4 direct damage. So he's gonna shuttle up some dudes up onto the Vengeance from the Dune Sea, so that he can stay alive in space and do more damage. So he pays 3 to shuttle them all up. And of course, Cantina Shuffle, and then he blocks a drain of 1 at Chintrilla.
Okay.
So he's going to eat 2 at Raltier.
5.
Well, yeah, 1 at Mos Eisley and 2 at Cantina. So 4 or 5?
Yeah, 5. Yeah.
So presumably Ahsoka's. Oh, okay.
Okay, it's moving over. Yeah. So
Yeah,
he's taking
so
6
he'll eat
next
6.
turn.
Yeah, I was gonna say presumably Ahsoka
Yeah.
will battle into Thrawn and clear him, and possibly just have to Savrap a dude, but he runs so, and then he'll eat 6. I don't know how I can get Beefred down to
Yeah, I agree. It's gonna be very tough.
8 or
It's gonna
less.
be very tough. Savrip,
But he's doing everything he needs to.
Exactly,
He's getting back into
exactly.
space. He got a beatdown that had like 6 overflow
Yes.
basically, because 4 plus 2 dudes from
Yeah.
hand is 6 overflow. He got back into space, so he's now getting damage free. He's doing what he can.
Yeah.
It's just
He's
the
pretty
start
far
in the
behind.
first 2 turns
Yeah.
were so bad.
He was pretty far
matchup,
behind.
so CRG points out that Beefred could walkling for celebration, pay 3 to pull it into hand, and I think that would be a great play because he could split with shuffle, leave them there
Yep.
in control phase, don't complete the shuffle, play the celebration, then in move phase pay
Yep.
1 to move the other dude to Cantina, and then move the ship
Yeah,
over
and
to
then you have
protect the
2,
celebration, and now you're celebrating for 2 every turn, and
Exactly.
then
And then it makes Eric choose between Savrip and
yep.
Celebration, which is huge. I
You-
think you just grab it straight up if you.
Oh yeah, and you
see it
you
played.
grab masterful combo
Exactly,
as
yeah.
soon as he cancels one of the 2.
Exactly.
But yeah, celebration would be huge here, and I think he probably isn't just remembering Walkling to grab it.
Yeah. I agree.
But that is
I
Crazy
agree.
Runner Guy makes a good call there. That is the correct play for Beefred. I think was paying 3 at the end of Eric's turn and taking celebration and setting that up. So once that's set up, I mean, Eric does 3 damage next turn, or 4. Say he moves away from the system, he does 4 damage, and then Beefred retrieves 3 of it.
Yep. Exactly.
So it drains 2 at Raw Tier, Blizzard 4, and DS615.
Mm-hmm.
Then he drains 1 at the Docking Bay and Balance combo. Then he Cantina Shuffles, drains 1 at Mos Eisley.
Mm-hmm.
And then he drains 2 at the Cantina. So prepared defenses came off the top.
Things are crazy. So, for much anger in him, Hayes just initiated battle and then played It's a Trap to cancel his own battle.
That's hilarious.
First strikes on the table.
So he did
Oh,
first
wow.
strike, and is that
So,
much anger?
so Hayes, because of the much anger in him, Hayes just initiated battle, and first strike is on table. He retrieved with first strike and didn't have to lose 4 to much anger in him, and then played It's a Trap to cancel his own battle.
That's hilarious. That is hilarious.
There's some funny shenanigans. I remember back in the day, projective telepathy let you play it on either player's battle, and so you'd play it in Scum, and you'd go down with an alien, you'd battle, retrieve two with Scum, retrieve one with First Strike, they'd lose one, then you'd
Yeah.
play projective telepathy and say, I decline to pay two, and they'd immediately cancel the battle. This was back around 2000, and so they errated it so you can only do it on opponent's battle.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
But apparently it's a trap, still works on both players' battles.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
a good
so
one.
virtual Obi-Wan comes down
The premiere.
on Thrawn, and he's gonna probably at some point swap two cards from hand to get something good from Lost, but maybe doesn't need to right now. He
There's
plays
Nara
Nara,
coming down.
Nara to the Dune Sea. I mean, I think Eric's best out is something like Vader Mara on Nara, hit him, make him so he can't draw Destiny, get Masterful in hand to cancel his Savrip.
Yep, there's Silly too. Silly
Oh,
just came
there's
on table.
Celebration. Okay.
Oh, yeah, I mean,
And try and overflow, but he would have to have in hand
Yeah.
Mara, Vader, and the Canceller,
Yeah.
which we saw him draw for Destiny. So hopefully he's tracking that for Janus, and he'd have to have enough force to do all that.
Yeah.
Which I don't even know that he does right now.
I think B. Fred has this game in the bag. I
Yeah.
really do. I don't see a way that Eric wins this game.
Hey, Clayton's watching. How's it going, Clay? Hayes is gonna haze. He's got the tricks. So he moves over to protect the celebration, like we said.
He didn't battle with Obi, which
No,
is a little
he's just-
interesting, but
He's just occupying space, like.
Mhm.
And now he's on so many battleground or so many locations. Domination is suspended.
yeah,
He is currently adding 3 to his total battle destiny.
I think he is tracking that Masterful move. He's gonna grab it right here.
I think he should have just shuttled down the droids with Obi also.
Yeah, why not?
I don't think that Walter's a threat, but doesn't really matter. And Menace Fades also came out with the celebration, so Janus is now not adding one, so he's just gonna drain 1 and 1, and celebration will retrieve 3.
I think it's
next
1 and
turn.
2.
Oh, it's Chandrilla's a
Yeah,
2.
yeah.
Yeah. Good call. So he'll drain 1 and 2, and then he'll retrieve all 3 of it with
Yeah.
celebration.
That's pretty gross.
Yeah, Diplo's still a good deck.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Shockingly, just paying 2 for Mothma
Yeah,
didn't neuter it.
he's also yeah.
Which isn't to say that change shouldn't have been made. A free Mothma into another system
Yeah.
was pretty strong. Free deploy guys are strong.
Yeah.
But, Diplo is still a very very top deck, and I think we saw that in the Outrider Cup where we had some top players choosing to play it. So now he drains 2 and 1. There's a Captain Antilles comes off the top.
Mm-hmm.
And he plays
Simalu.
against Ahsoka. Sim is also a leader. Is that right?
I don't know about that.
So I'll check that. No, he is not.
Yeah, I think so.
Um, so Hayes playing the No Idea versus Stubley's Hunt Down is No Idea should usually run away with that, but since Stubley also plays No Idea and he plays it a lot, he knows what he needs to do. So doing stuff like P59 to protect Visage
Yep.
is smart because if a spy comes down, Hayes is taking direct damage.
Exactly. Yeah.
So Hayes not having guys on Executor is good for Stubley if he can.
There's not a lot of room to work with No Idea. You put a lot on table, and losing a lot of force really can put the pressure on you. So
Yeah, if Visage is eating at
exactly.
you, and Dark gets in a few drains, and yeah, so We'll see how that turns out. But Hayes winning the first one by a handful,
Hmm.
it does put him in the driver's seat. All right, so now Eric's thinking about battling. He plays Dark Time so that Destinies can't be affected, so Ahsoka can't -1 his Destiny. I think he's.
Which is good. He has
I don't know
5
if he's
probably.
tracking a 5, but that would let him kill. Oh, Beefred goes to play a Sense, and he draws it. It's a hit, so Beefred loses the Sense in 2, but he wants to not lose Ahsoka,
Yeah,
so
that makes sense. Yeah.
we're losing a Sense in 2 to keep board control. Especially if he thinks Eric has 5/5 because of Janice, then Ahsoka would die, Obi would die,
Yep.
and he'd move over Vengeance and flip.
Yep. But he's taking prepared defenses now, so
Oh,
it's clearing no matter what.
okay.
He just took 2 force for basically no reason.
So he grabs. No, he decides not to grab prepared defenses because it's
Yeah.
used.
He also knows that masterful move is coming at
Yeah.
some point.
Yep.
So maybe you save the sense for masterful move.
So here's what your tech play would be: decline Destiny as Beefred, lose the battle in Savrip. Instead, he drew a 2, but it's plus like 3 to the total, and so he's power. She's a base 5. He's saying you can't Savrip because you won the battle, so Ahsoka has to die. Whereas if he had
Yeah,
declined
exactly.
that Destiny that became a 5,
And he didn't retrieve either for winning the battle.
no, he just forgot that text.
Which is
Um,
second time he's done that?
Right, he just forgot that that's a text on the objective. But if he had declined the Destiny there, then he can Savrip. Oh, he
Yeah, he's
plays
playing-
It's a Trap
yeah,
from Lost
yeah,
with Solo,
yeah.
so that because otherwise right here Eric's got another 5
Yeah,
because he's
exactly.
Janus these
Yeah,
5s,
exactly.
and he clears Obi. He moves over the ship.
Yeah.
He then uses the street move or prefix move to flip. Oh no, he won't have 3 guys. He'll shuttle down.
Yeah.
Move over, shuttle down, flip.
Yeah.
But instead, because trying to sense the thing, it would have kept her alive, and the prepared defenses made it so she still died. So then he hits a trap the next battle.
He's moving over to.
He's moving over, and
Yeah.
he's
Anyways.
still trying to do what he can, hoping he can clear Obi next turn. So, Clay asked, why did Fred draw Battle Destiny? I think he just wasn't thinking about, or he thought he still could Savrip, because he tried to Savrip.
Exactly. And also,
If he declined Destiny and just Savripped,
that'd been great.
of course, then or Sim's still sitting there.
Yeah, but that is true. But he didn't retrieve anyways, which was,
Right.
bad on both fronts.
Yeah.
Could have retrieved. He could have not drawn and Savrip. Yeah.
Well, I mean, right now he's about to just celebrate for 3. He's gonna drain.
Let's see if I honestly think that
He's gonna drain for 5 and celebrate for 3.
I think Eric has masterful move in his hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think he's gonna cancel the celebration here, and then Obi's gonna swap 2
Yeah.
from hand to get celebration back and play it again this turn.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like,
it doesn't really
you have
matter.
to
But
kill
it's
Obi before
3...
you can do it. And then he just walklings it back.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. He has. I mean, he has a ton of options.
He has
to get back,
walkling. He
yeah.
has Obi. He has
Yeah.
he drains 5. He retrieves 3.
Yeah.
This game is over. I'm surprised we don't see the he Janice's. I'm surprised we don't see the handshake. I think it's gonna come pretty soon. Eric's the type of player who will continue to grind it out.
Yeah.
But he pays 3, retrieves 3. Drain. There goes the garrison. Drain 2 at the cantina. Mara and
Drain 1 in space.
Prix. 1 in space.
I mean, he can't have much left now.
He's like, how much
Let's
is in your
see.
deck?
And we can't see.
He goes ahead and completes the cantina shuffle. Yeah, Fred can.
Yeah, it's looking pretty commanding for Fred. but it's been looking that way since turn 2.
Well, Fred's got what was it looked maybe 8 or 9 in force,
Yeah, and
but he
then
just paid 3 to retrieve
6.
3, so 6. So he's at
Yeah.
about 15,
Yeah,
and he needs to get him
exactly.
below 8
Yeah.
with celebration out. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
exactly.
mean, I don't know how he does 7 damage when he's right now he's netting 0 with Menace fades out.
Yep.
He's I mean
Exactly. Exactly.
he's not out damaging celebration, so he has to cancel celebration and do 7 damage on top with
Yeah.
Obi out, and
Yeah, he's doing
so he
2 less
shuttles
damage
down
per turn.
Cassian. I mean, yeah, at this point, I'd shuttle down the droids and maybe even.
Yeah, he just deployed Cassian. Cassian wasn't even out there. But yeah,
Oh,
I
okay.
would also shuttle down.
I'd shuttle down the droids and then move the ships away. There's no
Yeah,
need to be
that's
there.
true.
And then
100%. Yeah.
and then he can't drain free. Like
Exactly, yep.
he can't. You know he can't flip.
Yeah,
So
exactly,
you
yeah.
shuttle down the droids and move away. He's not going to clear all of those things. No, he just passed.
Okay.
He's not worried about a system battle, which you shouldn't be. But
Yeah.
why not move
Exactly,
away?
yeah, yeah.
It
Yeah. I agree. I agree. Yeah, because he's not going to flip. He already lost his sight, so.
Yep.
Yeah,
So you just stack that side even harder,
exactly.
and then move because you're doing all the work over on Tatooine. That's doing 5 damage and
Exactly.
retrieving you 3. So if
Exactly.
you just stack his sight, move away in
Exactly.
space, doesn't matter. All right. Eric's asking for a count, and I think he's gonna realize like he
Yeah,
has
oh,
no
yeah,
play this
exactly,
turn. He's got like
exactly.
2 cards in hand. He
Yeah.
doesn't really have anything he can do to cause. He can drain, but Janice is stopped by Menace Fade, so he can drain 1, and then Beefred's gonna retrieve another 3 next turn. And he
It's a Tarkin's bounty.
Does a play Tarkin's bounty.
On Tarkin. Hey.
Did he drain?
Yeah, I drained for 1.
Okay, so he lost the leadership.
Yeah, the leadership. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Drain for 1.
I'm gonna go check on that other game.
Sounds good.
I walked in and Connor was losing a bunch of force from use pile, and it looked like Hayes had just caused some overflows. And Connor, I heard him finish saying like 4, 5, 6. So it sounds like he peeled 6 overflow in a battle. I'm guessing at the beach. So now he's down pretty low in life force. Hayes has a comfortable, probably 10 force lead in the game, and of course Hayes is satisfying battle plan.
Yeah.
And Huntdown's having to pay, and Visage is hitting them both, which now helps Hayes. And since
exactly.
he won game 1 by whatever it was, 6 or something,
Yeah.
he Visage is just on his side. So it looks like it will probably be a Hayes
Yeah.
Beefred final.
Looks like he's got the.
Did he just beat down? Oh,
No, he's just out last. Well, he got looped down on the ground, so they're both losing visage.
Yeah, loose
Yeah.
on the ground, so Visage is hitting both is big. All right. So Eric
So we
checks
got
his
the-
reserve.
Yeah. Got the Tarkin's.
Tarkin's bounty. Did you
Tarkin's
see what
bounty.
he-
I did not see what he took. He's off screen, so.
Yeah. Okay. So he pays 2 to. Oh, he pays 1 in Janice's card. He had a 50-50 of whatever he.
Yeah. I think he's looking for. No, I have you now on like another card in reserve, so I don't know exactly what he's looking for.
Pays
Whatever.
for a
Nope.
Vader.
So maybe he got the I have you now,
Stuff
but it doesn't
power,
matter.
But he probably has a barrier. Yeah.
there
So he
it is.
buries him,
Yep.
and handshake should happen pretty soon because
Yeah.
he probably grabbed Vader with the bounty, and he's hoping to blank him
Exactly.
and
Get over.
do a couple overflow. He's just trying to get him
And
down,
there
and
it
then
is,
there's
yeah,
a
there
handshake.
it is.
Celebration's gonna
And,
retrieve
yeah.
another 3 next turn.
Well done, B. Fred.
All right. So
That's,
your first finalist is Brian Fred.
Most likely Hayes is the other one.
He will be Diplo and Black Sun in the finals, and we'll have an update for you pretty soon on that
Yeah.
last game. I don't.
What was the matchup the first time with B. Fred and Bill?
Taco Bill had Throne Room versus B Fred's Black Sun,
Okay.
and he lost that pretty handily.
Okay.
After winning the first game,
By 6 or
which
something.
was off stream,
Yeah.
it was his map versus B Fred's Diplo.
Yeah.
Taco Bell's map won by 6.
Okay.
So
Sweet.
if Hayes does advance, we will see a map versus Diplo on stream because that's Hayes' Dark, and then Hayes' Light, No
We'll see the
Idea
same
versus Black
matchup.
Sun, which is what we did just see with Eric's.
Yes.
Eric's No Idea, and that was a close interactive
It was
game.
yeah, it was
so,
very close. Yeah, it's a good game.
we'll keep you updated on the other one as we wait to